The Davis County Mustangs play here on the Atomo Radio Sports Network. Now, let's head down to the gridiron and join the voice of the Mustangs, Ellis Kojo.
Mustang Stadium once again provides the backdrop as the football season enters week 2. Welcome to the home of the Davis County Mustangs. Tonight, the Mustangs welcome in a rival with the pennant on the line. It's the Centerville Big Reds versus the Davis County Mustangs on the Atomo Radio Sports Network. This is the Citizens Mutual pregame show. Call Sherry and Lisa for a free insurance quote. It's a pleasure to have you with us. I'm Ellis Kojo. Join me in the press box is Brad McCloskey. Corey Finch is our producer. It will be safe to say, historically speaking, Davis County has had their trouble with Centerville. The rivalry goes all the way back to 1921, in case you didn't know. In the series, Centerville has 69 wins versus Davis County winning 28 times, and there has been 3 ties. In 1993, the pennant was introduced to add a little bit more spice and spirit into the rivalry. The series has been tighter since the addition of the pennant. Davis County is 11 and 15 in those games. However, Centerville has won the last 4. I hope I didn't dim your experience with that historical breakdown, Brad, but how do you approach a rival that has gotten the better of you for not only just historically, but recently speaking as well?
Well, I'm sure Coach Anderson is really going to focus and talk a lot about they have to focus on what they're doing and get better at what they're doing. You know, I mean, it is a rivalry game, but we have a lot of young players and a lot of even the older players have lack of experience, so they're really going to, I'm sure, just press the message, do your job. You've got to focus on your block, your play every single down, and then, you know, when all those little pieces come together, that's when you can start looking at a bigger picture of putting together a win. So with this young team, you really got to just preach every play, do your job. Probably not so much getting into the rivalry a whole lot, but it is very well balanced in Centerville's favor.
And last year it was a tough game, and we've had tough games like that all year last year. Davis County seemed like they had the upper hand in the first half, but in the second half it was a completely different game. Centerville was able to come back and prevail after beating Davis County in a very close game back in Centerville. Do you talk about last year at all, or does that even come into focus when you talk about Centerville, or is it pretty much this year, one play, take a play at a time?
You know, I'm sure they watched some film from last year and probably took some lessons from that. And you know, they had opportunities in that game last year. We played a pretty good football game, as you said, in the first half. The second half, we were up, and the second half, we kind of got tight. Again, we don't have a lot of wins in your program. Obviously, brand new program last year. There's an art to winning and just having that confidence to finish through four quarters. Again, something that our team this year, being young and being relatively inexperienced at a lot of positions, don't have a lot of wins in their experience. So winning is an art, and these coaches have won. We have a lot of coaches on our staff who know how to win, so they're going to have to guide these kids to a win and keep them focused for 4 quarters.
Coming up next, we'll put a microscope on the Davis County Mustangs. One back quarter did them in last week. We'll come back and talk about that. You're watching Mustang football on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Pursue your passion with Polaris, the world leader in off-road. Live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or get more done with a hard-working Ranger. Enjoy savings up to $3,500 during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching Mustang football on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Welcome back to Bloomfield. We're getting closer to the kickoff between Davis County and Centerville in the annual pennant game. You're listening to the Citizens Mutual pregame show. Call Sherry and Lisa for a free insurance quote. Last week was a mixed bag for Davis County when they opened the season versus Keokuk. First off, let's go over the good. The Mustangs played even with the Chiefs for 3 quarters. They won the second half. They forced two turnovers, and for the most part, their defense held up pretty decently. Now for the bad. They turned the ball over 4 times, all in the first half. That played a big part in the 26 points that Keokuk scored in the second quarter. Davis County also struggled getting traction on the offensive side of the ball. They failed to gain 200 yards of offense for the game. What takeaways do you have from last week, Brad?
Yeah, I mentioned it to open the show tonight, that they just weren't enough guys that did their plays and did their responsibilities consistently throughout the game to give Carson, the quarterback in the first half, or even the second half, was it Hill?
Caden Hill.
Yeah, Caden Hill. Time to make decisions in the pocket. So we had to kind of change gears and get him out in space. So the takeaways again for me are, I'm sure the coaches preached all week, we have to do our responsibility. We have to, maintain our blocks. You're doing an assignment for a reason, and that assignment means this for the bigger picture of whatever you're doing for the offense, defense, special teams. They have to really, especially for young, inexperienced guys, you have to really make that picture clear of what is my job for that bigger picture. So that's what stood out to me, is that we just never really gained any momentum because there were just too many little mistakes where guys were letting their block off or letting their play down too soon.
Sophomore Carson Mader had a rough go of it in week 1. He threw 4 interceptions and was replaced by senior Caden Hill right before halftime. Hill guided the Mustangs to their only touchdown drive in the fourth quarter, and Hill has been named the starter for today's game by head coach Ken Anderson. What do you think about the decision at quarterback? We were kind of wondering back and forth about what Ken Anderson was going to do. It looks like he's going to go with the senior.
Yeah, confidence is a funny thing. I mean, it kind of ebbs and flows. And when you're young, like Carson is, he's a sophomore. He didn't get any real game experience last year unless it was at a lower level.
Right.
And they didn't have a full roster last year to have much experience there.
Right, they didn't have any JV games last year.
They had no JV games. So confidence is funny. When you lose confidence, especially at that quarterback position, as a young kid, I think Coach Anderson is probably protecting Carson more than he is the team at this point, trying to really protect his confidence. And I'm sure he's going to see some action at other positions. He's a tall, athletic, has a great vertical. So Carson's going to see some action somewhere else. The philosophy last week was we wanted to have a quarterback on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll see Carson on the other side of the ball, kind of helping guide things on the defense a little bit out of the safety position, or come in special packages on offense. But I bet we'll see him at some point. Again, he's just too gifted of an athlete. He's got too good of a build and too much athleticism to keep on the sideline all night with a not a very deep roster.
Yeah, we'll keep a close eye on where Ken Anderson decides to play that sophomore Carson Mader, because like you said, he is a big kid. He's very athletic, and his future is bright despite the game that he had last week.
Yeah, and it's hard. When you're young, I remember when you start getting negative thoughts going through your head in the middle of a play, it's easy to just speed things up a little bit, especially when you've been under pressure like he was and getting hit, and again, lack of experience, you're going to make errors. So it was a perfect storm for him. Unfortunately, didn't pan out with a few of those balls that went the other way, but he's a young kid. He's got a bright future ahead of him.
The biggest jump, they say, in improvement for a high school football team usually is from week 1 to week 2. Once they get a game under their belt, then they have a chance to look at film, correct whatever mistakes they may have made, and then apply that to week 2. They say that's the best week for improvement. We remember last year, Davis County was struggled against Keokuk, lost on the field, but won off the field, obviously. But then they came out firing against Centerville. They looked a whole lot better. Not that they're going to come out firing against Centerville, but what type of improvement are you looking to see from Davis County?
Well, that's a sign of a good coaching staff. You don't really have any game speed experience until you get to that first game, regardless of the scrimmage. You don't do any scouting for scrimmages. You don't typically go full live speed. You kind of do different scenarios in those scrimmages. So, yeah, you got to get that live speed. You got to get that hit. You got to get that feel back, and it does take a big jump from week 1 to week 2. And with an experienced, good coaching staff like we have, I would expect to see, again, a big improvement from last week in a lot of aspects of the game tonight.
Coming up next, we'll switch our focus to the Centerville Big Reds. They have dominated this rivalry both historically and recently, and we'll take a closer look at them when we come back. You're watching Davis County football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Whatever your vehicle needs, Rob and the staff at Davis County Tire and Davis County Truck and Alignment in Bloomfield can handle it. Need tires? They sell almost any brand and have the most competitive prices. Davis County Tire also has RV, wheelbarrow, ATV, and farm tires. If it's round, black, and rolls, they've got you covered. Stop and see Rob and Jody and the team today at Davis County Tire, behind Shopko in Bloomfield. Nothing says summer like hitting the open road. Get your vehicle summer driving ready. Cruising to work with the windows open and the convertible top down, going to the local fairs, or taking your much-needed holiday on the open road. Ray's Rapid Lube and Car Wash can get your car summer driving ready. Oil changes to the touchless car wash. Quick car wash to the super car wash. Ray fits in your budget so you can put more in your tank. Ray's Rapid Lube, 301 North Madison in Ottumwa.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
Welcome back to Bloomfield, where we are moving closer to the kickoff of the 26th edition of the Pennant Game. Centerville has won the last 4, and the homesteading Mustangs are looking to break that streak tonight. This is the Citizens Mutual pregame show. Call Sherry and Lisa for a free insurance quote. Centerville season opener last week in Albia raised plenty of eyebrows in southeast Iowa. It was a thoroughly dominating performance that saw the Big Rebs grab control of the game early and won the game going away by the final score of 51-12. McCain Odin ran for 143 yards and 3 touchdowns. Quarterback Quentin Kessner ran for 2 touchdowns and added a touchdown toss. It was an impressive performance on the road by a team that was ravaged by the injury bug last season. Brad, what did you make of Centerville's performance last week?
It makes me wonder a couple things. I did see just a little bit of very limited game film that they had on the internet for that game. A lot of kicking. They must have a very good kicker, so I saw a lot of film of a really good leg. A kid that can kick it a long way.
Trent McCann, that's his name.
But I also saw from a balanced offense. They were able to spread it out, and they had apparently a good 1-2 punch again in the backfield between the quarterback and running back, and able to pitch the ball around to keep it pretty balanced. Also tells me a little bit when I saw some of the secondary play from Albia that they look young and maybe a little bit inexperienced, like we deal with a little bit in our secondary.
Looking at the Davis County defense and the way they match up with the Centerville defense, where do you think Centerville will start attacking?
I mean, as I pointed out last week, if you have the ability to run the football, you have to establish that first, and you have to make them respect that, and then you can kind of open it up with the pass. At least that's what my philosophy is, and that's kind of what I've always been brought along by my mentors. Is if you can run the football, run the football. When they start kind of getting bringing guys down in the box and getting nosy, that's when you can kind of open things up. And they have the ability, from what I saw, last year and into this year, some of the footage that I saw, they look pretty balanced.
So Centerville, they are 1-0 on the season. Last year, my God, they were, I don't know if you kept track of them, but so many injuries. 5 different guys played quarterback for them. Kessner broke his leg, the starting quarterback last year. McKay Oden missed a lot of the season with a broken thumb. I talked to some of the Centerville guys before the game. They just said it was just one of those seasons where we could not have been any more unlucky than we have been. So having years like that where you just have all kinds of injuries and starting a new one, what's that like?
I'm sure they felt like they left a lot on the table, and they're probably very hungry, especially if they have a lot of those guys returning. I know they had some eligibility problems and maybe some, suspension type things too. So it was just one of those years where you just left a lot on the table. I'm sure they feel like that. So if they brought a lot of those guys back, they're probably pretty hungry, and that scoreboard last week against Albia sure looked like it.
Yeah, they sure lit up that scoreboard. So head coach Ken Anderson and his Mustangs have a tall task ahead of them, to be sure. Coming up next, we'll provide our thoughts. Some of our final thoughts before we get to kickoff. The pennant game between Davis County and Centerville is right around the corner on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Pursue your passion with Polaris, the world leader in off-road. Live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or get more done with a hard-working Ranger. Enjoy savings up to $3,500 during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrien Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
Whatever your vehicle needs, Rob and the staff at Davis County Tire and Davis County Truck and Alignment in Bloomfield can handle it. Need tires? They sell almost any brand and have the most competitive prices. Davis County Tire also has RV, wheelbarrow, ATV, and farm tires. If it's round, black, and rolls, they've got you covered. Stop and see Rob and Jody and the team today at Davis County Tire, behind Shopko in Bloomfield.
Karsten. And I'm Callie. And we are the Neebs Girls. We would like to personally invite you to our parents' new store on the south side of the square in Bloomfield. Stop in and have them make you a custom shirt, hat, banner, sign, or even your school mascot. They stay open late on Thursdays until 7. We hope to see you soon. Neebs Graphics, making you stand out.
Neebs Graphics on the south side of the Bloomfield Square.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Davis County is on the field, currently waiting for the white-on-white clad Centerville Big Reds to take the gridiron. 26th edition of the Pennant game coming up shortly on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network. Davis County versus Centerville. Centerville 1-0 on the season, with Davis County looking for their first win of the year and to match their record at 1-1. I'm joined by Brad McCloskey as well as Corey Finch. He is our producer. Brad, what are some things you're looking for before we get this game started?
We've got to take care of the football. You know, when we know we're going up against an opponent that looks really good on tape, and dominated a team in Albia that, on paper, that looks kind of intimidating. So we just have to take care of our business. We have to take care of the ball, take one play at a time, and just really stress that 11 guys every play have to do their jobs to be successful and hang in this game as long as we can. Because we saw last year we were in a lot of those games, and it was because of just sound play, offense, defense, taking care of the ball, limiting mental mistakes. That's what we have to do, and that's got to be preached all night.
One thing I remember last year that Davis County did really well was take care of the ball. They didn't really hurt themselves with turnovers over the course of the season. That wasn't the case in week 1. So Caden Hill didn't turn over the ball when he took over right before halftime. So all second half, Davis County played pretty clean. And actually, they won the second half 7-0 over Keokuk. So that's something that they could take into week 2. How much carryover does week 1 have into week 2, or just from week to week, in your opinion?
I think any positive message that you can get when you have a young team, you have to stress those things, and I'm sure the coaches did. But they also probably stress, hey, we got to move on. Okay, we got to start focusing and start scouting and getting ourselves ready for week 2 and focusing on this new opponent, who offensively is going to be pretty similar to what they saw in the Chiefs last week.
Sure.
So defensively, they'll be ready for that. But I did see some pretty sizable, experienced linemen on Centerville's line too, so that could pose some potential problems if we aren't sound ourselves.
And offensively for Davis County, Gavin McCall obviously is returning. He was the leading rusher last week with 54 yards on the ground, averaging almost 5 yards a carry. Maybe Davis County didn't run the ball as much as you thought they should have, but how do you think they're going to approach the game offensively?
I think, again, you have to try to establish the run. I mean, if you can at all, just again keep the defense honest. If the game plan is to come out throwing, it makes it difficult later to come back and maybe run the ball as much as you want to. But they did, and if you remember, Gavin spent a couple plays out from cramping and have some cramping issues, so he probably didn't get as many carries as he would like to have because he's playing both sides of the ball. But if they can run the ball and they test that early, you definitely have to.
Now, we actually mentioned off the air that it's a bit hotter this week than it was last week. Cramping was an issue, like you said, last week. That may be even a bigger issue with the hotter weather this week.
Yeah, and a lot of it's conditioning, just like you mentioned at the beginning of the game, and I hit on too that we just have to get into game speed, and it takes our body sometimes, so a couple weeks to get back into game speed. And it's not real hot and humid. I mean, it definitely could be a lot worse. There's not a lot of breeze. I see a flag in the distance. I see no movement out of it. So it's just a pretty nice night of football, relatively speaking, for this time of the year.
And here comes Centerville out into the field as they burst through their banner as they come on, and they'll line up on the far side of the field. Let's take one more break, and when we come back, the kickoff between Centerville and Davis County coming up on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
At Dixon's Floors & More, we don't mind being different, as long as the difference is better. With hundreds of brands to choose from, including the largest manufacturers in the industry, we transform the volume of products we carry into lower prices for you. Don't start your project without starting at Dixon's Floors & More.
Mention you saw this video and receive 5% off your entire purchase at Dixon's Floors & More in Ottumwa.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Pursue your passion with Polaris, the world leader in off-road. Live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or get more done with a hard-working Ranger. Enjoy savings up to $3,500 during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
Mustang football on the Tumblr Radio Sports Network.
Davis County has won the toss. They have elected to receive, and so we will see the Davis County offense to start off tonight's tilt between Centerville and Davis County. Great to have you with us on the Tumblr Radio Sports Network. Ellis Kojo, joined by Brad McCloskey and our producer Corey Finch. Our band of three will be on the road next week as we head to Keosauqua for Davis County's first road game of the season, taking on Van Buren. But we still have business to attend here for game 2 of the season. Davis County on the field, deep to receive for the Mustangs is Clay Collier and Caden Glosser. And one of the bright spots, Brad, was some decent returns from the kickoff team last week.
Yeah, seems like we were consistently right around the 30-yard line, and at one time was on the far 30, so we had a really good return. And special teams is huge. As you know, especially early in the season, special teams comes into play tremendously, especially when you can take care of the ball and give your offense a short field to work with. We definitely don't want to give Centerville too many short games to work with, because I saw they had a kicker that can put one through 50-ish.
I was just going to say, their kicker, Trent McCann, has a howitzer for a leg. So I don't know how many returns they're going to be able to get.
It's true.
Because you just get it to the end zone. High school, they stop it right there, and it's an automatic touchback.
And he was putting him through the upright on the kickoff last week.
Yes.
And similar conditions. So he's got quite the leg, and that's huge when you have a team, especially late if you get into some close games and you got a guy that can kick the ball. Take 3 points whenever you can get it.
McCann's a senior. I don't remember him doing this last year.
It didn't stand out, but there was enough other things that we were paying attention to that kicking didn't come into play. There was just so much good offense being played, and it was just such a good game. But, man, he's got a leg.
Yeah. Centerville dressed in all white. White tops, white pants. Davis County are in their home maroon tops with the gold pants. 1-0 Centerville versus 0-1 Davis County. The winner will get the pennant. Davis County looking to get it back after Centerville has won it the last 4 weeks. And off we go from here in Bloomfield, and that kick goes to the end zone. A touchback to the middle of the end zone, and that is such an effective weapon to have, Brad.
Yeah, that is real. It really is a nice weapon to have. In not just that, but as I said earlier, if you can get 3 points from getting just to the 40-yard line, to your own 40-yard line, then that's a tremendous benefit to any team. So what a leg.
Davis County starts off at the 20-yard line after the touchback. Here comes Caden Hill, the senior quarterback. In relief, he was 4 for 8 passing with 31 yards, and he did have a rush touchdown as well. That was Davis County's only score last week versus Keokuk. 2 receivers to the right with 1 to the left. McCall is next to Hill, who is in the shotgun. And the give is to McCall running right. He turns his legs, and he has a nice 5-yard gain out to the 25-yard line. Tackle made by Tyler Sedgwick of Centerville.
Yeah, and I like seeing that right away, just power football. You know, I'm a power football guy. I'm a big fan of that in Iowa. They had a couple guys leading up through, pulling, And with Gavin running hard, that's good to see right out of the gates.
McCall is now to the left of Hills in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Hill barking out signals and now claps his hands, receives the chest tie snap, hands it off to McCall up the middle, stumbling and down at the 33-yard line. The ball popped out, but he was down after the ball popped out after he fell. Regardless, it's a 9-yard gain for McCall and a first down for Davis County, their first of the game.
Yeah, and a nice big hole there too. Centerville's running a prototypical 4 front right now with 2 guys walked up on either side.
First and 10 from the 34, and we have Tyler Sedgwick of Centerville jumping early into the neutral zone. False, make that an offsides against Centerville, costing them 5 yards and making it 1st and 5 for Davis County.
But with the sizable hole, that's good to see. Again, 2 plays right in a row. You're able to run the ball. That means that they've cleaned some things up already. They're thinking about offensive line play. We had a nice hole, good gain, and we'll take 3 yards.
Zittler lined up to the left. Glosser and Collier are the wide receivers to the right. Hill goes under center now, backs up into the shotgun with McCall to his right. 1st and 10 from the 39. Deep pass down the right side, caught by Zittler at the 20, the 10, touchdown Mustangs. 61 yards, Hill to Zittler, and a lightning bolt hits all of us here in Bloomfield.
Yeah, they had a lot of guys packed into the box. A couple good plays, running plays right away. They had 4 guys down on the line. They had 2 guys walked up on either side, linebackers that were walked up. So they almost had a 6-man front with 1 backer in the middle. So they're playing man-to-man behind. And that time just a fade route by the single receiver, and just got behind him. What a play! Beautiful play.
Caden Hill in to kick the extra point. Carson Zittler, the junior, with a big play here early on. There's a snap, the hold is down, and the kick is good. Just like that, with just 10:32 remaining in the first quarter, Davis County 7, Centerville nothing. We'll be back on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching Mustang football on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Carson Zittler with the 61-yard touchdown pass off just an absolute dime from Caden Hill. His first touchdown pass of the season. 7-0 Davis County, their first lead of the season over the Big Reds. Now it's Centerville's chance to get the ball. Merrick Matthews and Bradley Watts are back to receive the kick for Centerville. And here comes Caden Hill. It's a slow squibber over at the 38-yard line. It is loose, and I think a Centerville player was able to jump on it. That was Ethan Messamaker that was able to finally corral it at the 36.
I like the aggressiveness. I really do, because really the result of the play is probably about where you're going to get it from the leg of our kicker, 35-yard line. Just about got that one because it bounced off the return man who wasn't able to cover it up. So I like the aggressiveness right out of the gates from the Mustangs.
So here's Quentin Kessner. Two touchdown runs and a touchdown pass last week. McCain Oden's in the backfield with him. Toss to Oden, running left. Turns the corner at the 40, near the numbers, and brought down at the 44-yard line for a gain of 8.
Yeah, just a simple toss there, but they had good blocking out front on the trip side to their left, and good blocking on the perimeter to get a big gain on first down.
Dalton Reeves with the tackle. 2nd and 2 coming up for Centerville with 10:05 remaining in the first quarter. Davis County 7, Centerville nothing. Handoff Odin running straight ahead. First down at midfield, and he's brought down at the 49-yard line. A gain of 7 for Odin, and that's the MO for McCade Odin. Had 143 yards in the season opener versus Albia with also 2 touchdowns, so he's been their bell cow.
And he's a good-looking running back, big kid.
Kessler to pass. It's a wide receiver screen. That's complete to Matthews. No, I beg your pardon, that's Trent McCann, and he's twisted down by a hill. But good yardage out to the 25-yard line. That is a 24-yard connection.
That was a nice play design there,
Kessler
too.
to McCann.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there,
fine.
but it was a very nice play design. The quarterback, good patience, letting the line kind of try to get to him as he's retreating, and a really nice play design to a wide receiver screen.
Fumble, but it's picked up by Kessler, and he is dropped. Kessler initially fumbled the snap, but he was able to fall on it. But it is a loss back to the 27. Make that the 28. That's a loss of 6.
And it looked like Brett, was it Dox Tater, was able to get him by the ankles. A nice play by him. Scramble drill there when the ball's on the ground. Way to get him down.
Second and 16 from the Davis County 28. Kessler rolling to his right. Under pressure. He gets sacked. Back at the 39-yard line. Gavin McCall clipped him by the ankle. Just a bit of a clothesline action to his ankle. That was enough to get Kessler down. And another loss back to the 39. 11-yard loss.
Third down, 27.
And what will look like a promised Centerville opening drive is now 3rd and 27 from the Davis County 39 with 8:30 remaining in the second quarter. 2 receivers to each side. Kessler to throw. Drops straight back. Guns it over the middle to the seam. It's broken up. Combining on the coverage was both Zittler and Collier. The intended receiver was Kobe Meistich.
Yeah, Carson Zittler had a good angle on that ball, and he actually could have made a play on it. He was making a play on it. The receiver almost became the defender there.
Yeah.
Knocked it out of his arms, but good play, almost an interception. We have a penalty on the play.
Yeah, a sideline warning called against Davis County, so the big get back coach is going to have to do his job.
Fourth down, 27.
Centerville will punt.
Odin back to punt.
4th and 27. McCain Odin to punt and a timeout called by Davis County. I don't think they had enough men out in the field. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Only 10 men out in the field. So a wise timeout by Ken Anderson with 8:23 remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, and with this much momentum, those are timeouts that you would like to save as long as you can early in the game. But smart to make that play now as opposed to giving up a silly play here in a first down and a 4th and forever situation.
So it looked like Centerville had something going. Got a first down on a run by McCade Odin, a nice 24-yard pass, and then they went backwards. A fumbled snap, that really started things, and then a nice sack there by Gavin McCall.
Yeah, we had a couple guys converging, so we had a blitz of some kind called there from the outside, and had 2 guys there to get him, and Gavin was able to get him on the ground and put him in a long situation, which is always difficult when you're on your heels first series of the game.
So after the timeout, 4th and 27 for Centerville. At the 39, McCain Odin puts a boot to it. A driving kick headed towards the end zone, and that is a touchback. Mustang ball at their own 20. They lead it 7-0 with 8:17 remaining in the first quarter.
That was an impressive punt.
Yes, it was.
So kicking game is very well coached here so far that we're seeing it from Centerville. Very nice punt there. Can come into play big time in these types of games.
Davis County with a touchdown lead, and they come back out to the field. Last time they were out, a 61-yard connection between Caden Hill and Carson Zittler got them on the board. McCall is to the right of Hill. What were you going to say, Brad?
I was just going to say, and that play was on the money, so you know they spent a lot of time making that connection.
The give to McCall. He gets wrestled down right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe he got a yard to the 21 as he ran over wide to the left. And the tackle was made there by Colton Cowan of Centerville. Gain of 1 for McCall. 2nd and 9 for the Mustangs. 7:53 remaining in the opening quarter. 7-0 Davis County. 2 receivers to the left with 1 to the right. Hill Points to Gloucester, who comes in motion in the backfield. Give is to Doxtator, the backup running back. He gets good yardage across the 25 to the 26. A gain of 5 for Doxtator. Third down and about 4 coming up for Davis County.
We've seen a lot better inside offensive line play already just in these first few plays. So, again, kudos to the coaching staff to clean a lot of that up because in a situation like that last week, we would not have made any positive yards there from what we had. So, good job so far, Mustang line.
3rd and 4 from the 26. Zittler is to the left. Collier and Gloucester are the wide receivers to the right. Doxtator shifts to the left of Hill, who's in the shotgun. He claps his hand, gets a chest-high snap, rolls right, flag is down. Another flag is down, throws it deep down the right side. It's caught by Collier. Nope, he dropped it. It's incomplete, but there are flags down as well. Collier made a jumping attempt at about the 46-yard line to try to reel in that pass from Hill. Thought he had it at first, but wasn't able to bring it down, and holding is the call against Davis County. 3rd down, 4 to go, and head coach Matt Kovacevic waves his arms and says, let's decline that penalty. Oh, it's a chop block against Davis County. That brings up 4th and 4, and out comes the punt team for the Mustangs. So Davis County, second possession. Looks like they'll go 3 and out. Carson Zittler to punt to Merrick Matthews of Centerville. Long count. Hill gives the go-ahead. A high snap, but Zittler's able to corral it, and he puts a boot to it. End over end kick comes down at the 44, bounces backwards towards Davis County territory, and comes to rest at the 45. 7-0 Davis County, 6:44 remaining in the first quarter. A 61-yard pass from Caden Hill to Carson Zittler has been our only score.
Yeah, and the Centerville Big Reds are definitely dominating the kicking game right now, so field position is going to come into play if we've got to put together some good drives to be able to drive the ball, because their kicking game right now is going to dictate where the ball is going to be on the field.
1st and 10 from the 46. The keeper for Kestner running left at the numbers, now cutting towards the sideline at the 40 of Davis County, and finally corralled after a gain of 14.
Very nice perimeter blocking again there, and you can see that he was reading his receiver blocks and was being very patient. Lucky, actually, that didn't get a bigger gain out of that, but he was being patient with his blocks. And our pursuit looked like number 84, Dalton Reeves, chased him down from the far side, so good pursuit by him from running a long way.
1st and 10 from the 40. Give to Odin, running straight ahead now, angles to the near side and brought down by the waist at the 45-yard line by Dalton Reeves. That's a gain of 5 for Big McCain Odin. 6'2", 220 pounds. He is a load.
He is, and we had a chance at him right at the line, but it was an arm tackle, and you're not going to bring him down with too many arm tackles unless you just happen to clip his ankle just right. We had a chance, didn't quite make it. He made a big gain on 1st down.
2nd and 5 from the 35. Kestner gets a shotgun snap. He keeps it on the read option, running up the middle at the 20, inside the 15, and finally wrestled down at the 14-yard line. A gain of 20 for Quentin Kestner, and Centerville is threatening inside the red zone.
Yeah, he's got a little bit more of the, good vision, scamper, quick back, whereas Odin's more that big, powerful punching back. And they got a block out of the referee there. I don't know if you saw that, but he kind of sprung that one almost like a trap play. So a fortunate break for the Big Reds, but a good play by that quarterback, number 32.
Yeah, good block there by the umpire. Give to Odin. Swings it out wide to the left, inside the 5, churning his legs and brought down at the 1. A gain of 13 for McCade Odin. 1st and goal from the 1 for Centerville.
A few arm tackle attempts there again, so we're going to have to put some pads on him. He's not going to go down with those arm tackles. Didn't want to go down there with some good tackles. He's going to be a force.
1st and goal from the 1. Quick give to Odin, but he's cut down in the backfield. Gavin McCall knifed in and was the first one to make contact with him. No gain for Odin. Actually, they'll say it's a loss of 1, and that'll make it 2nd and goal from the 2. 5:05 remaining in the first quarter. Centerville trailing 7-0. Odin now lined up behind Kessler in the pistol. Give to Odin. Running right. Reaches for the goal line. He didn't get there. Just short of the goal line. Ankle tackle made by Dalton Reeves right before he got to the stripe. 3rd and goal coming up from the 1 after the 1-yard gain by Odin. 3rd and goal from just inside the 1. Give to Odin. Straight ahead. Touchdown, Centerville. 3rd time was the charm for the Big Reds. Mustangs tried to make a valiant goal line stand, but they couldn't quite hold up on 3rd down. Davis County 7, Centerville 6 with the extra point coming up.
Yeah, you give a team like that with a 1-2 punch ball on the 1-yard line, they're going to get it in on 4 plays. But nice effort there by the Mustangs to keep them out of the end zone. It's the earlier play that we have to clean up. Ankle tackles at the line of scrimmage when we have them back in the middle of the field needs to be the topic of conversation by Coach Anderson.
Trent McCann with the extra point, and he boots it through. And with 4:32 remaining in the first quarter, we have ourselves a tie ball game from here at Mustang Stadium. Centerville 7, Davis County 7 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Whatever your vehicle needs, Rob and the staff at Davis County Tire and Davis County Truck and Alignment in Bloomfield can handle it. Need tires? They sell almost any brand and have the most competitive prices. Davis County Tire also has RV, wheelbarrow, ATV, and farm tires. If it's round, black, and rolls, they've got you covered. Stop and see Rob and Jody and the team today at Davis County Tire, behind Shopko in Bloomfield.
John at Collision Corner knows that when you get in an accident and need some work done on your vehicle, you want the process to go smooth and easy. That's why Collision Corner is your best choice. John is a preferred body shop, which means he can work directly with your insurance company. He will handle the claim from start to finish. Collision Corner knows you need your car back as soon as possible, and they will also pick it up and deliver it to you for free. When you have an accident, call John and his team at Collision Corner in Bloomfield, and don't forget to like them on Facebook.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
A 6-play, 55-yard drive, all runs, Brad McCloskey, as Centerville has tied this game at 7 on the 1-yard touchdown run by McCade Odin.
And that seemed very familiar from what we saw last year out of Centerville. They had a nice 1-2 punch as well. I believe when we saw them, they had their one of their better quarterbacks. I can't remember if it was a first string or second string quarterback, but also a big running back. So they had a 1-2 punch going there too. So they're going to, ride the run as long as you can, and they have the ability to open it up with the pass when they need to. On that drive, didn't need to.
Caden Glosser and Clay Collier back to receive this kick from Trent McCann. His first boot of the game to open the game was a touchback. Centerville drops down to a 3-point stance. McCann with the kick. That one comes down to the 1. Glosser backing up to the goal line, now running towards the middle of the field at the 10, at the 15, and bottled up right there and dropped. Good pursuit by Centerville special teams. In on the stop was Otis Williams for the Big Reds, and the line of scrimmage will be to Davis County 14.
Yeah, it's about the longest field we've had to work with so far this year, taking the ball on the 14. Last kick was through the end zone, so we got it on the 20. This one we got a long field to deal with. So again, kicking game, kind of dictating field position right now. We got to do something with the ball.
First quarter is brought to you by Davis County Tire. Think of them first for all your tire needs. Dalton Reeves is the wide receiver to the left, with Glosser and Zittler lined up on the right. Caden Hill in the shotgun with Smith to his left. Give to Smith, and he gets twisted down after he runs up the middle for just a gain of 1. Tackle on the play made by Colby Meistich.
Clayton Smith, ball carrier.
2nd and 9 coming up for Davis County. 4:05 remaining in the second quarter of a 7-7 ball game. Davis County looking to break a 4-game losing streak against these Centerville Big Reds. 2 receivers to the right with 1 to the left. Now coming in motion in the backfield is Glosser from the left, and a flag before the snap. And we may have ourselves a false start against Davis County, but we will wait for the official word from the referees. And it's offside against Centerville. Interesting.
Somebody lined up in the neutral zone.
Mm-hmm. Second penalty of the game goes against the Big Reds. They have had the only 2 penalties of this game. March off the penalty, 2nd and 4, kind of a in-between down. You can go deep if you want to.
Yep, and a gift there to get something positive, to do something, give us a little space.
3 receivers will be out for Davis County. Clayton Smith is a running back in the backfield. Caden Hill keeps it, gets twisted back at the 15, still on his feet, at the near sideline, finally gets brought down by a host of Big Reds. Chief among them, Gage Mormon. He was one of many to bring him down. And thrown for a loss of, looks to be about 5, right back to the original line of scrimmage before the penalty. So loss of 5, 3rd and 9 coming up for Davis County. Their first obvious passing down of the ball game, Brad.
Well, let's see what we can do with the ball here. Last week wasn't very pretty.
3rd and 9 from the 15. Back shoulder throw for Reeves, who was running at the numbers on the near side. Slips at the 30, and he had no chance to grab that pass incomplete.
And it looked like it got out of his hands pretty quick. I was kind of blocked again by just the angle of the booth here, but don't know if he had pressure there, but it seemed like the ball got out before the receiver was finished making his break on the ball. 3rd and long situation there. That's a tough one. They pretty much know you're passing.
Carson Zittler to kick this one away. Matthews is standing at the Davis County 45-yard line. Good snap and almost blocked, but Zittler gets it away. Bounces at the 44, takes a roll to midfield, and it is touchdown by a Mustang at the midfield stripe. Centerville starts off with good field position again as they look to break the 7-7 tie with 2:45 remaining in the first quarter.
Yeah, and these are the underwritten stories of football games that people don't talk about. And I've kind of been hitting on it a little bit. It's just the field position game where, the average fan or the people that just come out and watch football games just don't pay attention to that kind of thing too much, but it just really comes into play when you have a short field or a long field like Davis County has had a really long field. Kicking game is what's dictating that right now. They get the ball in the 50, much shorter field than we had to deal with. There's a false
Flags
start.
Fly before the 1st and 10 from midfield. And it's a false start against Centerville. They've been shooting themselves in the foot with these penalties so far, Brad. Now 3 on the day.
And we need them because, again, we're been on the short end of the stick in terms of where we've been starting with the football.
Sure.
So these help to march them backwards, and you're going to have to make a play defensively soon to keep them there.
2 receivers to the left for Centerville with Merrick Matthews, wide receiver to the right. Odin is in the backfield with Kessner. Kessner fakes the pitch, keeps it himself, runs to the far hash, now towards the numbers, angling towards the sideline, and he runs out of bounds after a gain of about 13 to the Davis County 43.
Yeah, he made a great cut there because he actually had him dead in the backfield. We had a lineman right in his face, and he made a good cut to the left, kind of juked him, made a good break to the outside, scampered up the sideline. Big gain to get all that penalty back and then some to make it 2nd and short here.
2nd and 3 from the Davis County 43. We're tied at 7 with 2:30 remaining in the opening quarter. A high snap, and Kessner was able to corral it, but he gets submarined right at the line of scrimmage by Gavin McCall. That high snap really threw them off, Brad.
It throws the whole, the whole cadence off, throws the whole rhythm of the play off when you have to do that. Quarterback, you kind of get a sense of anxiety or urgency when you do that. You'll feel kind of a step behind, and he was. Gavin McCall made a good play behind the line of scrimmage on that one, or right at the line of scrimmage.
We'll call that a loss of 1. The first 3rd down for Centerville in the game, 3rd and 4. Kessner keeps it, running near side, and he cuts it towards the middle of the field, and he has a 1st down. Inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. That is a gain of 8.
And we had a blitzing linebacker there again. It looked like Gavin blitzed from the linebacker position. Got a little bit too deep in the backfield, created a lane for the quarterback to make his way through, and got a 1st down. But I like the aggressiveness that I'm seeing out of us if we can just eliminate the big plays and make plays when we have the opportunity.
1st and 10 from the 38. Kessner drops back to throw. Wide receiver screens. A tunnel screen to McCann. Shakes a tackle. He loses the ball but gets it back at the 28-yard line. Almost a turnover for Davis County, and Carson Zittler collapses near the Davis County sideline as he is in considerable pain. Don't see quite what happened to him, but it looked like that might be a non-contact type of deal.
Could be. And 32 for the Big Reds also is limping a little bit over towards the Centerville sideline. So a couple banged-up players there on that play. Unfortunate, hopefully nothing serious. But that was the identical play that we saw earlier. We saw a big wide receiver screen to a receiver from the outside. Again, you see anytime that the offensive lineman just let the defensive lineman through the line, the quarterback's going to retreat as he did there, giving the receiver time from the outside to the offense's left to come through. It's a receiver tunnel screen, and identical play that we saw earlier.
Yeah.
And a nice play design. I really like those plays.
They hit 24 yards with the tunnel screen last time. This time it is 9 after the measurement, and they are just short.
Fortunate the ball popped out because I think he had some other green to work with and another talented receiver there who had good vision. Fortunate the ball was popped out there to stop him at 9. But a good play design, and hopefully, again, nobody's injured too seriously on that play with a couple guys coming up limping.
Zittler has his helmet off on the near side, and Kessner looks like he's okay, although one of his socks is down. Now Zittler is up, and he is not putting any weight whatsoever on his right foot. And you hate to see that. Zittler with a big play so far in this game, a 61-yard touchdown pass, or touchdown catch, I should say, on Davis County's opening drive to open the scoring. But right now, he's being helped to the medical table on the Mustang sideline.
Well, let's just hope that it's nothing real serious, nothing torn, maybe just a turned ankle. I've had plenty of them. They're never fun. They never feel good.
Let's hope it's a cramp, too.
That could be. Yeah, let's hope it's something not serious. But regardless, he's going to be out for a while because he wasn't able to get himself off the field.
2nd and 1 for the Big Reds of Centerville. 1:34 remaining in the opening quarter of a very eventful 7-7 ball game. 2 receivers to each side for the Big Reds. Kessner in the shotgun. Rolling left, looking to throw. Lofts it towards the corner on the far side, and it's tipped away at about the 7-yard line. Good play there.
That's Mater.
By Carson Mater.
Yep. So we kind of wondered if we might see him at the safety position. He made a good break. The receiver kind of faked to the post, went to the corner route. Carson at safety there to make a good play, showed good speed. Broke on it. Actually, maybe could have had a chance at intercepting it, but definitely was there before the receiver. Good play from the safety spot.
That seemed like just a gambling down for Centerville. Now they may just try to batter Odin in there with it being 3rd and 1 from the Davis County 28. And there's the give to Odin, running wide to the left, has a first down and more inside the 20, and wrestled down by a host of Mustangs at about the 13-yard line. A gain of 15 for McCain Odin.
And I don't believe he was touched until that 15-yard mark after he, got right to, where he ended up carrying the ball. That was the first place he was touched. So our defensive line really got pushed out of the play there. Nobody touched him for 15 yards. That's a good design play.
Quickly, Centerville is back. McCain Odin running near side to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown. A quick set and snap for the Big Reds. Centerville takes the lead on a 13-yard scamper by McCade Odin, and it is 13-7 with the extra point coming up.
Yeah, when you're balanced, they're playing balanced football. They're mixing in the pass. You're keeping guys honest. You have the field position with the kicking game. They're taking care of the football, have the ball on the ground a couple times, but were able to recover it. So a good offense and defensive attack, plus the special teams going for the Big Reds.
Flags before the extra point.
Before the snap, penalty on the play.
Offside against Davis County. That's the first penalty against the Mustangs. So just half the distance to the goal. And that really won't make much of a difference for McCann, who has the Lake of Gods.
He may put this one on the roof of the old high school.
He just might do that. Kessner is the holder for Centerville. He gets the hold down, and McCann rifles it through the uprights. And our new score with 1:01 remaining in the first quarter, Centerville 14, Davis County nothing. We'll be back on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Keys Foods in Bloomfield has been serving the Bloomfield area since 1969 with quality cut steaks, ripe seasonal produce, scrumptious bakery cakes and sweets, fresh dairy products, and of course, tasty smoked meats. We also have available hunting licenses, stamps, money orders, and gift cards too. Open till 9 p.m. every day. We pride ourselves in providing small town service in a big way while keeping up with trends and latest items across the country. Yes, Keys Foods is your hometown grocery store and so much more. Keys Foods, where we always take your groceries out to your car. Proud supporter of the Davis County Mustangs.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
After Davis County took a 7-0 lead, Centerville has scored 14 unanswered, and now they have a 14-7 lead with 1:01 remaining in the first quarter of the 26th pennant game. Centerville has won the last 4. Davis County is looking to break this streak tonight. The kick by McCann sails into the end zone for a touchback.
So he's their punter as well,
yes.
Correct?
Yeah, he does all the kicking.
That is a fantastic tool to have because, again, when you first series that they had, they kind of stalled themselves out. Bad play, then we're trying to recover from a long situation. And to have that ability in a punter and a kicker who's sound so far here in this game, field position's been big for the Big Reds.
Davis County has gone 3 and out twice after the opening drive, which had our first score, a 61-yard pass from Caden Hill to Carson Zittler. Reeves and Glosser are the wide receivers to the left. Clay Collier is the wide receiver to the right. Hill's in the pistol with Gavin McCall behind him. Snap to Hill. He fakes it, keeps it, runs behind McCall as he puts his head down straight ahead. And he's able to reach out the ball to the 25-yard line. Gain of 5 for Caden Hill, and Colton Cowan makes a tackle for Centerville.
Well, that's exactly what you want out of your first down play. If you can get 4 or 5 yards, something positive right out of the gate. They got a lot of guys stacked in the box, too. I'm counting at least 7 guys stacked in the box, ready to read that run.
25 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Davis County trailing by 7. 2nd and 5 from the 25. A pass to the left side and is dropped. It would have been a first down at the 33 to Dalton Reeves, but it hit him right in the hands and slipped right through, and it's an incomplete pass to bring up 3rd down.
Looked like he was trying to maybe turn upfield before he had that one completely secured. So unfortunate break there, but 3rd and medium here still have a chance to hopefully convert this first down.
3rd and 5 for the Mustangs. Davis County is 0 for 2 on 3rd down so far today. Glosser coming into motion in the backfield. He gets the pass, but it's incomplete. A little bit off target was Hill, but Centerville looked like they had that bottled up anyway on the near sideline. It was like they've been doing that motion action, and this is the first time they've thrown it to Glosser coming into motion, but nothing there really for Davis County, and another 3 and out for the Mustangs.
When you have that much momentum as the receiver who's going in motion like that, that ball has to really hit you in stride or it's impossible to make a play. If it's not caught immediately, then you bobble and give the defense time to pursue. Nothing going there for the Mustangs on that drive.
Here's a good sign. Carson Zittler was hurt in the last drive, but he's back to kick this one away. And he shows no ill effects as that's a nice kick. A fair catch called for and made by Matthews at the Centerville 46-yard line.
Zittler's punt taken for a fair catch by Matthews.
So that was a kick of 31 for Carson Zittler. And Centerville takes over with a 14-7 lead with just 10 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. This has been a long but eventful opening quarter.
It has been a long quarter.
The line of scrimmage is Centerville 47 as they're moving from left to right in the closing moments of the first quarter. Kessner gets the shoulder-high snap, hands it off to Odin. He gets drilled in the hole by Gavin McCall.
Guess who? Yeah. Gavin McCall not shy of sticking his pads and sticking his helmet in there. definitely not afraid of the big running back, and a great play there right at the line of scrimmage from Gavin McCall, number 4.
And that's the end of the first quarter with our score. Centerville 14, Davis County 7 on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Pursue your passion with Polaris, the world leader in off-road. Live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or get more done with a hard-working Ranger. Enjoy savings up to $3,500 during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
You're watching Mustang football on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Start of the second quarter, 2nd and 9 from the Centerville 48. They have a 14-7 lead. Kestner on the keeper, running up the middle, streaking at the 40 towards the far sideline, 30, 20, and Carson Mader shoulders him out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Kestner with a big game for Centerville of 41 on the play.
And that's where that 1-2 punch comes into play, because you could see our guys were really keying heavily on Odin?
Yeah.
Odin.
1st and 10 from the 11. There's a fumbled exchange between Odin and Kestner. It falls at the 7, but it's recovered by a big red. Looked like that was Colby Misitich that was able to fall on it.
So
fortunate break for Centerville.
Yes, again, the ball kind of bounces their way. They're able to recover that one. We've got to find a way to get one of those. But on that previous play, what a great pull by the quarterback. I don't know if it was designed or if it was red, but either way, a senior move by him.
2nd and 7 from the 8. Odin running far side, and he walks into the end zone untouched. Touchdown Centerville, his 3rd of the game. Centerville 20, Davis County 7 here in the opening stages of the second quarter.
That one, though, set up by Quentin Kestner again on the big pull. He, again, I don't know if it was designed, but he rode the big running back with the ball, held it in the pocket as long as he could, pulled it at the last second, which tells me he was reading, made the good read, and set up that touchdown, and the go-ahead score.
Cade Odin already with a hat trick, with plenty of time left to go here in the second quarter. Trent McCann so far is 2 for 2 in the extra point department. And it's blocked at the line of scrimmage. That was a low kick that looked like that hit one of the Mustangs. I think that might have been Riley Heller that got a bear paw on it. 11:24 remaining in the second quarter. Our new score, Centerville 20, Davis County 7 on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
You're watching Mustang football on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
8-7 Centerville with 11:24 remaining in the second quarter. Trent McCann has the ball teed up. He is 2 for 3 as far as touchbacks are concerned with kickoff so far today. And he drills it, and that will go to the end zone for a touchback. Davis County with 3 straight 3-and-outs after the opening drive, 61 yards from Hill to Zittler. Not much sense, and a drop pass in that last series really short-circuited Davis County.
Yeah, they came out, had a good first down play, got a good yardage, and you're feeling positive, and then you just got to make plays when you have plays to make and to keep drives going, especially when you're trying to dig out of the hole. And you know what you're up against offensively with the Big Reds, with that 1-2 punch and the ability to throw the football around a little bit. Got a lot of work to do here for the Mustangs.
Davis County looking for an answer. Centerville has scored 20 unanswered in this game thus far. 11:24 remaining in the second quarter. 2 receivers to the right with 1 to the left. Hill on the shotgun. Now Gloucester coming into motion from right to left. Flag is down as McCall gets the carry. He's down at the 20-yard line, but that flag was thrown right as the ball was snapped, and a legal shift is called against Davis County. That wipes out a 1-yard gain for McCall, as I figure head coach Matt Kovacevic. Oh, man.
Kovacevic?
No, Kovacevic.
Kovacevic. Well done.
Thank you. I had an assist there to get that name down. I was checking to see if the referee was going to say whether or not the penalty was declined or not, but finally the word comes down that they will accept the penalty. After the penalty yardage is marked off, 1st and 15 from the 15 of Davis County. Zittler and Gloucester are to the left. Heller is in the backfield as a tight end, and the give is to McCall, and he gets chopped down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1.
Yeah, I think we're getting a little bit tired already here in the early second quarter. We're not sustaining blocks. The defensive line is kind of having their way right now. Early, we saw some nice holes and some nice runs by Gavin out of the backfield, but right now our line is not sustaining their blocks to give us much breathing room when we're trying to run those tailback dives.
2nd and 16 from the 14 after a loss of 1. 3 receivers will be out for Davis County. Hill drops straight back. Pump fakes, is flushed out of the pocket, spins back to the far side. He has running room, but he decides to throw it down the field, and it's incomplete. He got hit as he threw, and it fell incomplete at the 20. He took a wicked shot at about the 10.
Yeah, that was when you worry about shoulder, because he was cranked back, ready to let go of that thing. It's hard to tell from here exactly when he was hit, but he was hit, and he's holding his shoulder. So that's not a good sign. Hopefully he's not too injured, just maybe stressed it a little bit.
A timeout is called on the field. They want to check on Caden Hill.
But they did call that an incomplete pass.
It was an incomplete pass, and a timeout is called by Davis County, so it's not a timeout on the field for an injury.
Okay.
It's a timeout call for Davis County. They're second of the half. They have 1 left. Centerville has all 3. 20-7 is our score. Centerville in front of Davis County with 10:37 remaining in the second stanza. And after Davis County took that 7-0 lead, it took Centerville a little bit, but they've gotten their legs, and Centerville has scored their last 3 times they touched the ball after being forced to punt on their opening drive.
Yeah, Gavin McCall's made a couple nice plays on defense to let us hang around for another play. He's the one that's kind of making plays from that linebacker position on the big running back, Oden. But as soon as we start shutting down Oden, here comes the quarterback on the big keep.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Hill is coming out, and it looks like Carson Mader, who was the season starter, got benched in the middle of week 1. Sat on the bench to start off week 2. Now he's been inserted into the starting lineup as they check on Hill. And like you said, he was favoring his shoulder. So
he was, and he was completely cranked back, ready to make a pass, rolling to his left, kind of going against his body. So it was an odd fall. He took a pretty good hit in mid-motion on the throw. Hopefully he's okay.
3rd and 16. This is a heck of a situation to be put in. Carson Mader with Clayton Smith to his left. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Hill to throw, heavy pressure. He guns it. Nice catch there by Collier. Makes a move and very close to a first down, but just tackled short at the 29. A gain of 15 when they needed 16.
Beautiful play there. Nice footwork by Carson in the pocket. Had some time to actually make the pass there. Good footwork, nice tall
Davis County wants to go for it on 4th and short from their own 29. Carson Mader with a dummy snap. Centerville holds their water. Clayton Smith shifts over to the right, and they do snap it to him. Clayton Smith running left. He gets running room at the 40, at the 45, and brought down at the Centerville 48-yard line. Head coach Ken Anderson rolls the dice on 4th and 1 from his own 29, and he gets himself a 7.
Yeah, man, I like that. And why not? Again, offensively, they're kind of doing whatever they want. You might as well go for it there. Great call. Good confidence that he showed in his quarterback, sophomore quarterback, Carson, who came in a tough spot there. Came up big.
A 23-yard run by Clayton Smith. Now Mayer throws to the far side and hit immediately. As soon as the ball came to him was Zittler, but he does reel it in on the far side to the 44-yard line. And Carson Zittler looks like a gain of about 4 from Mader to Zittler, and then 2nd and 6 coming up for Davis County.
And smart play calls here by Coach Anderson, giving him nice short passes to make, easy ones to make where he doesn't need a lot of time, build some confidence.
On 2nd and 6, the give is to Smith running straight ahead, and he gets stacked up at around the line of scrimmage. No gain for the sophomore running back.
And what I like about it is, as I said early in the show, confidence is a funny thing. You can get a couple plays going, and you just feel completely, renewed as a quarterback. You're making the plays, your footwork's there. That can kind of soften it up for the run, and I'm guessing we're going to see that here, maybe with Gavin back in the game. 3rd
and 6 from the 44. Gavin McCall, as Brad alluded to, is the running back that is to the left of Mader. Short pass to Hellier. It's a screen to the near side, and Hellier puts his head down, and Heller has a first down at the 35. A gain of 9 and a first down for the Mustangs.
So eventually here, Centerville right now, a little bit back on their heels. Got some offense going here for the Mustangs. They're going to have to make some adjustments. Again, that may soften things up in the middle for a run game.
1st and 10 from the Centerville 36. Davis County trails 20-7 with 8:18 remaining in the second quarter. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Mader with a quick pass to the near sideline, caught by Collier, knocked out of bounds at the 30, and a flag is down as well. Gage Mormon made the tackle for Centerville, and it looks like it will go against Davis County. An illegal block on the back, and Ken Anderson threw his hands up in the air. He could not believe the call against his Mustangs. This illegal block in the back against Davis County. And what turned out to be a good drive. Now they're going to go backwards.
That is an interesting call in that situation. Not a whole lot of time to do much blocking of any kind. So I don't know. I was kind of blocked from my view to see exactly what happened there. But, we just came from a big hole in the last time we had to move the sticks with Carson. So let's hope that we can do it again here, come from behind the sticks.
The line of scrimmage was the 36. When it's all said and told, it's a 5-yard penalty to make it 2nd and 15 after they mark it off from the spot of the foul.
First down and 15.
Beg your pardon, it's 1st and 15 from the Centerville 41. Four wide receivers out, quick pass, near side. Again, it's Collier, and he gets knocked out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
And again,
a gain of 7.
I like the quickness. I like the rhythm. I like how quickly we're getting the ball out of Carson's hands. Easy passes that he can make. He's been practicing on all summer just to get some confidence going here and keep the ball moving forward. And we're doing exactly that.
7:50 left to go in the second quarter. Davis County trailing 20-7. Snap to Mader on 2nd and 8. Open near side is Heller. It's intercepted. Making the play was Trent McCann, and he's running back with it, and then comes to a slide at the 15-yard line, and a flag is thrown by the official on the far side, not even close to the play. The official closest to the play, Brad, did not throw the flag, but the official on the near sideline winged his flag. Actually, a pretty impressive throw. He got that inside the hash.
And I'm pretty sure that was Carson Mader that made the play, if I'm not mistaken. After he made the interception, he ran down the field, made the play. So I don't know if he hit him helmet to helmet. I'm sure he's a little bit frustrated, angry in that moment. But a good aggressive play by him to go down and make the play. I'm not sure what the flag is, but an unfortunate turnover.
Actually, an illegal block in the back is the call against Centerville.
So that was Carson that went down and made the play. I watched him the entire time. I was kind of wanting to see how he reacted after making that interception because he had a great series, a lot of nice short passes. Again, I was kind of blocked in my view to see if that one was a little bit floated.
It was floated. He had Heller open, but he floated it. That gave McCann a chance to come underneath from his safety spot and pick it off.
Kind of came out of his hand that way, a little bit less confident than the short passes that we've been seeing to the receivers at the short hitches
really
and things.
zipped it.
Yeah, when he was really had the zip on it, a little bit less confident on the floater. But again, good job by him to go down and make a play. I saw him make a heck of a stick to make that play. So anyway, here we got field position still working in our favor a little bit after the penalty. They're backed up. We just need to keep them backed up.
So after a really good Davis County drive got short-circuited by an interception, Mustangs will have to play defense. 1st and 10 from the 7. McCann running far side, barrels over a couple tacklers, running inside the numbers, and finally twisted down at the 26-yard line after a gain of 19. Carson Mader made the stop, but another 19 yards for Odin. When your safety's making tackles, you're in trouble.
That's not what you want, especially when you have them backed up like that. But their ball has been on the ground a couple times for the Reds, so let's hope that one of these bounces our way and bounces that way soon.
1st and 10 for the Centerville 26. Play action, nope, to give to Odin. Shuffling as he makes his way to the far side. Turns up the numbers and brought down near the sticks. And close to a 1st down.
You're seeing a lot of arm tackle attempts at him, and again, that will not bring it down. That's a sign of guys getting tired. We've had a lot of momentum going here. We're still in good shape here with field position. Somebody's got to come up and make a play. See if we can get that ball on the ground.
Hill and Mader combine on the stop. A 9-yard gain for Odin to make it 2nd and 1 with 6:35 remaining in the second quarter. Centerville 20, Davis County 7. Snap to Kessner. He keeps it, running it up the middle, now angling to the far sideline at the 45 and brought down at midfield. A gain of 14 for Kessner, another Centerville 1st down.
And you're kind of seeing a pattern out of the Big Reds a little bit. Similar to what they did last series, pound, keep by the quarterback, get a big gain, come back, pound, mix in a pass or two here if you need to, if you get behind the chains. But as of right now, they're staying ahead of the chains and have a nice balanced attack on offense.
Centerville has 1st and 10 at midfield. Give to Odin, running around the right side. Bashes his way inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. Tackle made by Clayton Smith, but another 7 yards for McCain Odin.
Yeah, and you're not seeing a lot of contact out of our defensive linemen. They're not making the plays that you would like them to make right at the line of scrimmage. Our linebackers on their heels and our secondary are the ones making the play. So big plays and big chunks of yards being gained by the Big Reds.
2nd and 3 from the 43. Sorry, Brad.
No, you're right.
5:40 left to go until halftime. Centerville 20, Davis County 7. The keeper for Kessner, and he has a 1st down after being brought down by Clayton Garman at the 40-yard line. A gain of 3 on 2nd and 3, but that's good enough to move the chains. Centerville has scored the last 20 points of this contest as they look to hold on to the pennant for the 5th straight year. 1st and 10 from the 39. Kessner to throw. Intercepted on the near side. Going back is Collier. Open field at the 40, at the 30, and Kessner tracks him down at the 22-yard line. A big play for Davis County. They get the turnover they need.
They did.
And Clay Collier picks it off.
And they could not have had it at a better time. It just had that feel where they had the momentum. They were just chewing up yards at will. We just knew we had to have a big play, and we did. You could tell they weren't quite on the same page there. The ball either got snapped early. I could tell the offensive line wasn't ready. The receiver wasn't ready from his stance to go out and make his route. Quarterback got rid of it a little too soon. Big play for the Mustangs.
That was a case where Collier just had it thrown right into his breadbasket, and he made a decent 38-yard return to the 23-yard line of Centerville. So now Davis County has themselves a short field to work with.
Yes, they do. And because of the field position that we started with, we were able to have that turn right around. We kind of just picked up right where we left off.
1st and 10 from the Centerville 23 with 5:08 remaining until halftime. Pass to Reeves. He catches this one on the near side on a comeback route inside the 20 to the 17-yard line, a gain of 6.
And on the last series, we had these nice short plays going, these nice short routes, a lot of confidence out of Mater. I think we had a penalty that kind of got us behind the sticks, forced us to make a long play, a little bit less confident on the float. Let's see if we can't get one in here with some of these short pass plays mixed in with some powerful run plays.
Second down, we'll call it 4 from the 18. Play action, Mater keeps it, rolling left, looking to throw, lofts it, hits caught by Heller along the sideline, dives for the end zone, touchdown, Mustangs, 18 yards, Mater to Heller, Davis County right back in it.
I absolutely love that play design too. It was a nice fake to the running backs. It didn't look like to me that was that was a different running back back there. I don't know if you caught a number, Ellis, on that one.
I think it was
that
Smith.
He faked too.
Clayton Smith.
Okay, Clayton Smith. But Carson kept it, rolled out to his left. He had some blockers out in front of him. Kind of was at that point where he was right at the line of scrimmage, whether he was going to go ahead and run it or pass it. Right at the line of scrimmage, the referee was right there, floated it over the defense. Beautiful play design. Touchdown.
Caden Hill to add the extra point. And the extra point is through the uprights. 4:33 remaining in the second quarter. Davis County within 6. Our new score, Centerville 20, Davis County 14. On the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
Whatever your vehicle needs, Rob and the staff at Davis County Tire and Davis County Truck and Alignment in Bloomfield can handle it. Need tires? They sell almost any brand and have the most competitive prices. Davis County Tire also has RV, wheelbarrow, ATV, and farm tires. If it's round, black, and rolls, they've got you covered. Stop and see Rob and Jody and the team today at Davis County Tire, behind Shopco in Bloomfield.
You're watching Mustang football on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Davis County turns a Centerville interception into 7 points, and they have drawn to within 6 of the Big Reds. 20-14 is our score. There's a kick by Hill, angling towards the sideline, and it goes out of bounds. Flag is down, and it will be 1st and 10 for Centerville at the Big Red 35-yard line. Carson Mater, after throwing 4 interceptions in the season opener, comes back, hits Riley Heller on a touchdown pass, 18 yards to bring Davis County to within 6 points of the Big Reds. And after Davis County took a 7-0 lead, Centerville scored the last 20. Now Davis County has a momentum, Brad.
Yeah, and we got a big play on defense at the perfect time. We needed it because they were driving. If they had put that ball in the end zone again, we're talking a completely different game and game plan coming out. But it really feels like we found our groove offensively. We had it going the series before. We kind of stumbled ourselves a little bit, made us get out of our comfort zone. But it really feels like we found a game plan we can be successful with.
1st and 10 from the 35. Kessner in the pistol. He hands it off to Odin, running straight ahead. Actually, no, it's Kessner on the keeper, running to the far side. Gets brought down at the 40 after a gain of 5. Good fake there by Kessner. Fooled me. Gets 5 yards. 2nd and 5, Centerville at their own 40.
But I think you'll see this carry over to defense, too. You know, we just kind of felt like, you know, big play on defense brings life to everything. You're going to see guys flying around. Maybe we can get this ball on the ground again here before halftime.
Kessler in the shotgun, and this time he keeps it again. Almost got tackled in the backfield by Heller, but McCall is there to clean it up and bring him down for no gain at the line of scrimmage. But Heller made that play in the backfield.
Heller did, and you know, we've called those guys' name a lot. Heller's always right there around the ball. McCall's always there right near the ball. But Heller really slowed him up. McCall came in and cleaned him up, moved him back a little bit. We like these 3rd and long situations.
3rd and 5 from the 35. The line to make that 3rd and 5 from the 40. Timeout called by Davis County, their final timeout of the first half, stopping the clock at 3:33 remaining in this first half. Davis County took a 7-0 lead, courtesy of a 61-yard pass from Caden Hill to Carson Zittler, and then 3 McCain-Odin touchdown runs of 1, 13, and 8 one extra point was missed. Centerville led 20-7, but then turning point of the game, what could be, Brad, the interception by Clay Collier, bringing the ball back to the 23-yard line of Centerville. 2 plays later, Davis County catches it in, 18 yards, with Carson Mader coming in relief of Caden Hill, passing it to Riley Heller to bring Davis County back into this game.
Yeah, and as we've seen, we've been on the receiving side of turnovers, or can just kill a drive. They had everything going for them. They have the 1-2, sometimes 3 punch on offense. We needed a turnover. We got it at the perfect time. We're getting the quarterback play out of Carson Mader with a big, tall frame, able to see over the line, and a beautiful rollout play on the touchdown pass on the last series. So, again, that's a win-win for both of us because both players, when they weren't playing on the offensive side, were kind of being that quarterback on the defensive side, and I expect to see that out of Hill.
3rd and 5 from the 40-yard line, 3:33 remaining in the second quarter. Centerville up by 7. Give to Odin, running right, has a head of steam and a first down. A gain of 7 to the 47, and a fresh set of downs for the Big Reds. Hill and McCall combined on the stop for Davis County, but Centerville gets a big 3rd down conversion to keep this drive moving. 1st and 10 from the 47, coming up on the 3:20 mark left to go until halftime. Kester takes a shotgun snap, pitches to Odin, running to the near side, strung out by Heller, but he cuts it back to the middle, Odin does, and he gets a decent gain to about the 49-yard line of Davis County. What looked to be a loss turns out to be about a 4-yard gain by Odin.
Heller did everything right there. He just didn't get him on the ground. He slow played the quarterback, made him pitch it out to Odin out here on to the Big Reds left, which would be our side of the field as we're calling it. Just didn't quite get him on the ground, but we did limit him to a smaller gain than what he's had earlier in the game. Guys are flying around on defense a little more with some energy.
2nd and 6 from the Davis County 49. Kessner on the keeper, gets chopped down in the backfield. A nice ankle tackle by Doxtater.
Yeah, the senior, good play there. You know, he's not as big of a figure as Odin is at 32. He can be brought down by those ankle tackles and was there. Nice play, way to get him on the ground.
They give Kessner a yard on that, so it will be 3rd and 5 coming up for Centerville. Another big 3rd down play coming up for the Big Reds. So far, the Big Reds are 2 of 3 on 3rd down in the ball game. Snap to Kessner. Give to Odin. He gets brought down. Back in Centerville territory. Gavin McCall drills him. A loss back to the 46-yard line. That is a loss of 7.
That kid has a nose for the ball. I mean, McCall, if he's not making the play, he's in it or he's near it or he's taking on a block to create it. He has a nose for the ball. I think a little bit of confusion maybe there on offense. It didn't seem like Odin was expecting to get the ball or was waiting for someone to get out ahead of him, a pulling lineman, but something not quite right. We benefited. McCall, another great play to
140 remains in the clock, but Centerville wants to let this clock run down. Davis County can't stop the clock. They're out of timeouts here in the first half, and finally Centerville does call a timeout with 1:24 remaining. So Davis County does have some time to work with. They will get the ball back after Centerville, you think, will punt with 4th and 11 at the Centerville 46.
Yeah, it's just fun to see the momentum shift because we made some plays. Guys are making plays. Guys are flying around the football a little bit. Gavin, it just has great tackle for him. You know, he's already a short, stocky guy. Odin's a big, menacing 6'2" or 6'3", 220-pound guy. So Gavin, being the smart football player that he is taking him out right at the waist, taking his legs completely. He's a wrestler too.
6'2" versus 5'7".
So Gavin goes back and forth between basketball and wrestling, but he has a wrestling background as well and knows leverage. And he's when he gets his hands on him, he's bringing him down.
You know you're a good athlete when all the head coaches want a piece of you. I know Jamie Cason, the boys basketball coach, he wants McCall for football. I know the wrestling coach wants him for wrestling.
Yeah, he's just a well-rounded athlete because he puts in the time. He's a hard worker. We're seeing that here on both sides of the ball. He gets a lot of carries on offense. You know, he's that kind of that little engine that could on the, and not so little anymore. As a sophomore, he's a stocky kid making plays on defense, and big 4th down coming up here. Excited to see what we come out with.
4th and 11. Centerville's punter, Trent McCann, is ready to send this one away. Caden Gloucester to receive, and a flag is down before we even snap the ball. Illegal substitution called against Centerville. A minute 24 remains in the second quarter. Centerville 20, Davis County 14. And after illegal substitution is marched off, the new line of scrimmage is the 41. That just makes Davis County's starting field position a bit better, Brad.
Yes, and with the leg that McCann has, that's good. We'll take every yard we can get to make him make the best boot of his life if he can keep this one out of the end zone.
Head coach Matt Kovakovic has his hands on his hips out on the field, as I'm sure he is ready to read the riot act to his Big Reds after, having that penalty coming out of a timeout, that's something that would drive a coach absolutely nuts, I would think.
Because they've had, at least the entire first quarter and most of the way through the second quarter, at least halfway through, they had the entire momentum going, and the momentum has just completely shifted right now to the Mustangs. And that comes into play mentally for guys. They had 12 guys on the field that time, so somebody wasn't where they were supposed to be. Penalty. A good time out there by the coach to probably chew some butt and get them focused on what they have coming up here. But we'll take the field position. Hopefully we can keep it out of the end zone. But he has quite the boot, so I'm not even guaranteeing that it's not going to go in the end zone with the leg that he has, depending on the bounce.
Matt Kovakovic maybe say, can I make the timeout a bit longer so I can yell at these guys a bit more?
Yes, I'm sure he's a little frustrated because the momentum has definitely shifted here, so he's probably wanting to get into halftime.
4th and 16 from the 41. Trent McCann runs with it. It looks like it may be fake. Nope. He runs and he finally kicks it. Drifts down to Gloucester at the 10. They'll let it bounce, and it's touched by a Big Red at the 13, perhaps 14-yard line. Bit of a
interesting
rugby-style kick there.
Yes, and he had some yardage to work with there, but a smart play by him to get rid of it. Again, playing the field position game, big punt. And we're lucky that actually didn't hit one of our players. I saw one of our Mustangs near the ball out there as it was bouncing around. Fortunately, it didn't hit him. But a good job by the defense and the Mustangs to make them punt.
So let's just set the stage. 20-14 is our score. Centerville out in front of Davis County with a minute 12 remaining until halftime. Davis County has no timeouts left. They have 1st and 10 from their own 14. You have to be careful with the ball here. How aggressive do you think Ken Anderson might be? Actually, we'll find out together.
I guess we will find out, but I have a feeling that he's kind of found his script that he likes, and he's going to just play it safe, see if we can't break one. Nothing silly here, I don't imagine, from Ken Anderson.
2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Mater claps his hands, gets the snap, and gives it up to McCall. Running near side, gets brought down back at the 10-yard line for a loss of 4.
Looked like Brady Clark on the play there for the Big Reds, number 54, off the end.
McCall has had his troubles getting traction in this ball game. He led the Mustangs in rushing last week with 59 yards, has just 11 here in week 2. 2nd and 12 from the 11. A long count by Carson Mater as we're inside of 36 seconds left now in the second quarter. Give them a call, puts his shoulder down, still churning his legs as he carries Lucas Henderson across the 10 to almost a 15-yard line. Actually, across the 15 to about 17. That was a free 5-yard ride.
Yeah,
that McCall gave Henderson.
He's a powerful, short, squatty, powerful kid. So he carried him quite a ways there and gave us some other options now with a 3rd and medium as opposed to 3rd and long.
3rd and 6 from the 11, and the clock reads zeros to bring an end to the first half. A good first half, a spirited first half. Davis County right in it as they sprint to their locker room, fired up, only down by 6 to Centerville by the score of 20-14. The second quarter was brought to you by Dixon's Mattress Outlet. Don't think twice about calling them for a great mattress. Get a good night's sleep at a great price. Call Darren at Dixon's Mattress today. We'll be back to start the halftime show, Brad and I, as we are looking at the pennant game between Centerville and Davis County. And the Mustangs trail it 20-14 on the Atomo Radio Sports Network.
Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road.
It's more than an education. It's more than a degree. William Penn University is alive with opportunity. Opportunity in a diverse student body. Opportunity in a staff that works with your budget. Opportunity in over 30 programs of study. Opportunity in a classroom where your voice is heard. Find your future and the opportunities waiting for you. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu and see why William Penn University is alive with opportunity.
This is Lisa Bell. Hey, all you Davis County Mustang fans. The agents at Northside Insurance are just like you. We support the Mustangs too. We're proud to live in Bloomfield, where we help families like yours with auto, home, business, farm, and life insurance. Get the professional coaching you need to win at life. Give us a call at Northside Insurance in Bloomfield and Centerville today, 664-2362. And go Mustangs! Nationwide is on your side. Nationwide Mutual Insurance Company and Affiliates, Columbus, Ohio, subject to underwriting guidelines, review, and approval.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Attention Southern Iowa, do you need a better night's sleep? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress. Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield has the most competitive prices on new mattresses in all different sizes. Darren sells camper mattresses, commercial bedding, rollaways, special order sizes, bed frames, and mattress protectors. Call Darren today and he'll meet you at the warehouse. Dixon's Mattress Outlet, 641-664-3060. That's 664-3060.
This is Milo Wells, your pharmacist at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. When you need prescriptions, stop in and see me. If you aren't a current customer, we will help you fill out a new patient form, which takes less than 5 minutes. We have a lot of over-the-counter items and have vaccines. We are here 6 days a week and offer free delivery in Bloomfield and surrounding areas. I pride myself on professionalism and small-town customer service, and our pharmacy reflects those values. Stop in and see us at Wells Hometown Drug next to CarQuest in Bloomfield.
David and Debbie Truitt, owners of Truitt Abstract Company in Ottumwa and Davis County Abstract and Title in Bloomfield, are proud to sponsor local sports in their communities. Truitt Abstract Company and Davis County Abstract and Title work closely with realtors, attorneys, banks, mortgage, finance companies, builders and developers, credit unions, and government agencies to ensure a prompt and accurate abstract or certificate of title.
Abstractors are available Monday through Friday from 8 to 4:30 at Truitt Abstract Company in Ottumwa and 7 to 3:30 at Davis County Abstract and Title in Bloomfield.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Halftime show is brought to you by the Panos Dance Studio. Call Tiffany to get your senior pictures and families pictures taken today. Check them out on the Panos Dance Studio page. Our halftime score, Centerville 20, Davis County 14. Davis County came out firing, opening drive of the game, a 61-yard pass from Caden Hill, who had the start, to Carson Zidler. And you said it at the time, Brad, beautiful pass from Hill to Zidler.
There had been some time spent putting those on the money, and I know Carson Mader as well spent a lot of time throwing the ball, so those guys put in the time in the offseason to just get that timing down just right, and it worked out beautifully on that first drive for the Mustangs.
One of the big themes of the remnants of the first quarter, even into the second quarter, was the field position that Centerville enjoyed. Other than that big play pop by Davis County, they couldn't get much going offensively. They had the punt as a result, and Centerville got the ball towards the middle of the field in very good field position. They took advantage of that, Brad.
They did, and they had everything working for them. They had all the momentum. They had, again, I'm sounding cliche, but they had the 1-2 punch out of the backfield with their quarterback, 32.
Quentin Kessner.
Yep, Quentin Kessner, and then their big running back, Odin. And they had everything going for them. They were playing the game the right way, but the ugly head of turnovers can rear its head at any time. And they had some opportunities where they put the ball on the ground we could have taken advantage of. So that was always right there, and we flipped the momentum on them there in the second quarter.
Yeah, the first quarter ended with the score 14-7 as Odin had touchdown runs of 1 and 13. It looked like it was going to be more of the same in the second quarter. Odin added an 8-yard run, so he has 3 touchdowns already today to go along with 101 rushing yards. The quarterback, Quentin Kessner, also has 101 rushing yards. As a team, Centerville has racked up 212 rushing yards, but it's what they did in the air that really turned the point in this game.
Yeah, and when we had the opportunity to, we had an injury that we had to bring in a new offensive player.
Sure.
Coach Ken Anderson, again, smart with his guy that doesn't have a lot of experience. He doesn't have a lot of experience calling plays for him. So there's a feeling out process that goes both ways, and we were able to take advantage of short passes, short plays. We were bending, but not breaking. And again, Centerville had everything going for them, but turnovers were the difference in the game to this point.
Turnovers are 1-1. Each team has an interception, but Centerville's turnover turned out to be a big play. Kessner threw it right to Clay Collier. I don't know what Kessner was looking at the place. He threw it right to Collier into his breadbasket. Collier raced it back to the Centerville 23 2 plays later. And we mentioned last week that Carson Mader did his best when he was rolling. Ken Anderson, head coach of Davis County, calls a rollout. Carson Mader rolls to his left, finds Heller in the flat, waits until the last minute to throw it to Heller, draws the defense to him. A beautiful 18-yard touchdown pass to bring Davis County within 6.
Yeah, and before that, we had a series that we had things going for us. This is when Carson Mader came in.
Yeah.
He was kind of throwing a lot of confidence and throwing those nice short passes. We were driving, stubbed our toe, went back, interception. But again, we kind of flipped the field position on them a little bit. They had to go a little further. They turned it over, got it right back to kind of where we left off, and were able to put it in the end zone. Again, I think we kind of found our script. Feels like we found our rhythm. And again, Centerville has their rhythm. They're not going to probably change much. They just got to take care of the ball.
An underrated aspect of making a team go the entire length of the field is you look at Centerville. They racked up 212 rushing yards. Seems like they moved the ball easily, and at times they did. But when you make them go the entire length of the field, that increases the number of chances you could have to make a play and make an interception. And it's because of that long field that was set up by the interception, unfortunately, that's what really set up the interception for Centerville on the other end.
And those are the underwritten stories of football games that I really love, is that when you see those things in action, again, the average fan just sees the action in your face. But when you think about the storyline, which you keep the entire game, field position, starting field position, when you have to go the entire field, as you just pointed out, you have more opportunity to make an error. On the other end, if it's a short field, you don't have as much room to bend. Eventually, you're going to break.
So we didn't mention that Caden Hill had to leave a game for an injury. He took a nasty hit. He's played since, but he's not back at quarterback. You mentioned at the time he reared back his arm to throw, took a wicked shot. Maybe he hurt his arm, maybe he didn't, or his shoulder, but it looks like he will step aside for Carson Mader, although Hill is still playing defense at safety. But maybe that'll leave Hill a little bit fresher. You noticed that Davis County was getting a bit fatigued towards the end of the first quarter into the second quarter. But once they started making plays and going down the field, they seemed to get re-energized.
Yeah, and again, I don't know. Coach Anderson, he's smart. He's not going to put a senior, one of his key players, in a spot to get injured. And if he was kind of rolling out to his left, kind of going against your own natural body movement when he's a right-handed quarterback, went to go throw the ball, came down awkwardly. So Kent's going to be smart about it. Coach Anderson's going to be smart about it, take care of his guy who can be his quarterback on defense. Although Carson Mader's done a nice job on defense at that safety spot. And I don't know if I have seen Hill back in at safety or not. Maybe you did. But regardless, Mader building a lot of confidence on offense is kind of taking over at that spot right now. He has a tall frame. He's got to see over the line and then getting the ball out of his hands quickly.
Mader does have a pass deflection in this game as well on defense. So
yes, he does.
There you go, showing him making a play on defense as well. Let's take a break. When we come back, homework assignment for one, Brad McCloskey. halftime adjustments. What can Davis County do to get over the hump? They had a 7-0 lead. They fell behind 20-7. It's 20-14 at halftime. What can Davis County do to get back the pennant? That's Brad McCloskey's homework assignment coming up. You'll hear his answer coming up next on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Nothing says summer like hitting the open road. Get your vehicle summer driving ready. Cruising to work with the windows open and the convertible top down, going to the local fairs, or taking your much-needed holiday on the open road. Ray's Rapid Lube and Car Wash can get your car summer driving ready. Oil changes to the touchless car wash. Quick car wash to the super car wash. Ray fits in your budget so you can put more in your tank. Ray's Rapid Lube, 301 North Madison in Ottumwa.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
Hi, I'm Karsten. And I'm Callie. And we are the Neebs Girls. We would like to personally invite you to our parents' new store
on the south side of the square in Bloomfield.
Stop in and have them make you a custom shirt, hat, banner, sign, or even your school mascot.
They stay open late on Thursdays until 7.
We hope to see you soon.
Neebs Graphics, making you stand out.
Neebs Graphics on the south side of the Bloomfield Square.
At Dixon's Floors and More, we don't mind being different, as long as the difference is better. With hundreds of brands to choose from, including the largest manufacturers in the industry, we transform the volume of products we carry into lower prices for you. Don't start your project without starting at Dixon's Floors and More.
Mention you saw this video and receive 5% off your entire purchase at Dixon's Floors and More in Ottumwa.
John at Collision Corner knows that when you get in an accident and need some work done on your vehicle, you want the process to go smooth and easy. That's why Collision Corner is your best choice. John is a preferred body shop, which means he can work directly with your insurance company. He will handle the claim from start to finish. Collision Corner knows you need your car back as soon as possible, and they will also pick it up and deliver it to you for free. When you have an accident, call John and his team at Collision Corner in Bloomfield. And don't forget to like them on Facebook.
Keith's Foods in Bloomfield has been serving the Bloomfield area since 1969 with quality cut steaks, ripe seasonal produce, scrumptious bakery cakes and sweets, fresh dairy products, and of course, tasty smoked meats. We also have available hunting licenses, stamps, money orders, and gift cards too. Open till 9 p.m. every day. We pride ourselves in providing small town service in a big way while keeping up with trends and latest items across the country. Yes, Keith's Foods is your hometown grocery store and so much more. Keith's Foods, where we always take your groceries out to your car. Proud supporter of the Davis County Mustangs.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
The halftime show is brought to you by Pano's Dance Studio. Call Tiffany to get your senior pictures and family pictures taken today. Check them out on Pano's Dance Studio page. Alice Kojo joined by Brad McCloskey. 20-14 is our score. Centerville leads Davis County in the 26th edition of the pennant game. Centerville leads the series 15-11. They have won the last 4 matchups. Brad McCloskey, I gave you a halftime adjustment homework assignment. What does Davis County need to do to get over the hump and come out with a win tonight against Centerville?
What's interesting about this halftime adjustment is that really I feel the pressure is more on Centerville to make adjustments because the momentum completely shifted there early in that second quarter. So we found our script. We found what we're strong at. Centerville, they have nothing to hide. We know what they are going to do offensively.
Sure.
They've shown us their roadmap to success. We just have to keep making plays on defense like we have been and bend, but not break. When the ball's on the ground, got to get it. Offensively, it feels like we found our stride a little bit.
Sure.
We found what works for us, and I think that was probably the game plan all along. Again, there's a feeling out process with the quarterback position when they're new at that role, and the coach, which are still relatively new. It feels like to me the momentum and the shifts are going to have to be coming from the Big Red sideline. So we just have to do what we did there in the second quarter, take care of the ball, and I think we're going to be successful.
Centerville gets the ball first to begin the second half. Yardage at halftime, Centerville 269, Davis County 164. Interesting stat, both McCain Oden and Quentin Kestner, the running back and quarterback respectively for Centerville, both have 101 yards, at least by my unofficial count.
When it seemed very balanced between the two of them, because again, they would set up their quarterback with the run after a few pounds by Odom, pound. Keeper by the quarterback, he'd get a big gainer, so they were had a very nice, well-balanced offense, 1-2 punch out of the backfield for those Big Reds.
Yeah, Kestner has a 41-yard gain in this game. That has been the biggest gain for Centerville in this ball game. Of course, Davis County's biggest gain has been 61. The third play from scrimmage, Caden Hill to Carson Zittler to start the scoring. Davis County out in the field, ready to begin proceedings here in the second half. When Centerville comes out, Merrick Matthews and Bradley Watts will be back to receive the kickoff for the Big Reds. Centerville has won the last 4 in this series. Davis County looking to break that streak and win back the pennant for the first time in 5 years.
I do see Caden Hill out there. He is still in the kicking game, so he's going to be doing the kicking still for the Mustangs. I'll be interested to see. I don't really see his shoulder, mobilized or anything right now, to see if maybe he gets some looks on defense, because I know Coach Anderson thinks very highly of him as a leader and kind of that quarterback from the defensive position. But again, he may be playing it safe with him. If that shoulder's dinged up, you don't really want him taking hits. We'll see how much of an impact he has in the game here, second half.
Davis County's kicked it short this entire game. They haven't tried to kick it long. We'll see if they try to surprise them again with an onside kick here.
Definitely have to keep it in bounds to see if you can make a play on it, but at least not kick it out of bounds and give them free yards.
Sure, which is what Caden Hill did after Davis County's last touchdown in the second quarter. That is a more conventional kick coming down to Matthews on the near side of the 21, running to the middle at the 25, across the 40, and down at the 42-yard line. Caden Hill makes the tackle on the return, and Centerville starts off with pretty good field position, 1st and 10 from their own 42.
Yeah, but ironically, there you would rather have him kick it out of bounds, because what do they get it on the 35?
That's right. Can't win for losing. Can't win for losing, Brad.
No.
1st and 10 for Centerville, ball at their own 42. They lead it 20-14 here in the early stages of the third quarter. Kestner on a straight quarterback run, runs it to the near side and runs out of the boundary. Gets a bit of a love tap from McCall. No flag as Kestner spins near the bench. Almost got clipped by the Mustang bench. But a gain of 3 on 1st down for Kestner.
And I'm glad McCall laid up there, because he could have really stuck it to him on the out-of-bounds hit. Kind of just gave him a little bit of a love tap. Again, an aggressive player, but a smart play to not carry him through and keep him to a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7 from the 45 of Centerville. 3 receivers will be out for the Big Reds. Kestner on the keeper, gets tackled at the line of scrimmage. Riley Heller was not fooled as Kestner faked it to Odom, ran it out the middle, but Heller was right there to greet him and tackled him for no gain.
Tell you, between Riley Heller again on defense, knifing down off the running a 3-man front on the defense for the Mustangs, and McCall in the middle, we are holding our own right now against the Big Reds.
11:25 left to go in the third quarter. Centerville up by 6. 3rd and 7 from the 45. Passes lofted and caught on the far hash into Davis County territory. McCain Oden out of the backfield takes it down to the 27. A back-breaking 28-yard gain for Oden.
Well, we had a player in position. He kind of got caught in no man's land. He was right there to be able to maybe make a play on it. didn't make a play, kind of caught himself on his heels, didn't make a play on the receiver either.
Kessner on the keeper, running it up the middle. He gets submarined at the 25 for a gain of 3.
Because that ball was in the air a long time on the previous pass play. Again, our corner was right there to make a play, but it was just, he was half a sec too late and then wasn't able to make a play on the receiver. Big play, and again, here they flipped the field position.
2nd and 7 from the 25. Clock moving with 10:45 remaining in the third quarter. Centerville 20, Davis County 14. Wide receiver to each side. Kessner in the pistol. Play fake, lost it to the middle. Pass is incomplete. Threw it too high for Trent McCann, who was running along the numbers to the far side. Incomplete pass as McCann didn't really have much of a chance to catch it at the 10. Incomplete pass. 3rd and 7 coming up for Centerville.
Are you a little bit surprised as I am that they're coming out throwing the ball as much as they are? Because again, they really didn't have to make adjustments. And what they were doing was working. Just interesting to see them come out and throw the ball.
Oh, they've been very successful with the
2 100-yard-plus running backs first half.
3rd and 7 from the Davis County 25. Kessner takes shotgun snap. Quarterback run to the right. He gets stacked up at the 20 and dropped right there, right at actually 2 yards short of the first down. 4th and 2 coming up for Centerville.
Tackle made by Hill.
Caden Hill made the stop for Davis County. 4th and a long 2. Centerville wants to go for it. Wide receiver to each side. Kessner in the shotgun. Now he looks over to the sideline. 3 backs are in the backfield with Kessner.
Yep, definitely have a power set here.
Kessner fakes it, takes it, and it's dropped. Clayton Smith brings him down at the line of scrimmage. 4th and 3. Clayton Smith
play
brings down Kessner, and it is a turnover on downs. Davis County ball.
Wow, and again, that just has that feel that momentum shifted in the first half, and you don't see the aggressiveness out of the offensive line from the Big Reds there, not sustaining blocks that we saw them just, taking it to us and sustaining early. Again, that shift in momentum does funny things to confidence, and right now we have it going our way. Huge stand, good play for Mustangs.
Carson Mader has a touchdown and an interception in this game. He didn't start this game, but he came in at the second quarter. He has the Mustangs set up at 1st and 10 from their own 20. Give them a call, running it up the middle, and he has a quick 5 yards to the 25.
Good, powerful run. Again, nice low center of gravity. He sticks his head down, carries a couple guys with him. Exactly what you need out of the first down, 1st and 5.
Keeps him on schedule. 2nd and 5 from the 25-yard line. 9:48 left to go on the clock. That does not seem to be moving, curiously enough. Mader fumbles the shotgun snap. It's fell upon by Centerville, and they have the ball at the 22-yard line. A fumbled shotgun snap by Mader, and they turn it over.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Again, those are those rookie kind of mistakes, those little timing things that have completely derailed us here. We need to return the favor.
Bradley Kroger looked like he made the fumble recovery. Give to Odin, twisting in the hole as he runs it up the middle. Brought down short of the 15 at the 16. Gain of 7. Second and 3 coming up for Centerville. That's the second turnover by Davis County, and Centerville did not take advantage of the first Davis County interception, and they look to stretch out their lead and benefit from the Davis County fumble. Kessner with a play fake, running it to the far side, avoids Smith, still on his feet, gets hammered down just short of the 5. It's a first down for Centerville after a tackle by Heller.
Kessner, the ball carrier.
A gain of 10.
Tackled by Heller.
And a first down for Centerville.
Gain of 9 on the play.
Big 54, Brady Clark leading that one for the Big Reds. They had a good lead block by him. He blocked at least 2, if not 3 guys on the quarterback keeper for a big gain. That turnover could turn out costly. 1st and goal from the 7. Centerville looking to punch it into the end zone to our right. McCain Odin still on his feet as he surges forward. Brought down at about the 2. A gain of 6. Make that 5. Second and goal
Line of scrimmage is the 3-yard line. Davis County desperately needs a goal line stand here, down 20-14 with 8:04 remaining in the third quarter. Odin running it wide, near side, breaks a tackle from Reeves, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Centerville. Reeves had a chance to bring him down in the backfield, couldn't do so. Odin with his 4th touchdown of the game, and Centerville once again has a double-digit lead.
Turnovers were killer there. I mean, the previous turnover was at least deep in our own, territory as we were getting ready to potentially punch one in here. You turn the ball over when you're back on your heels a little bit after they had a big stand for the Mustangs to give them 4th down, but they were down in our red zone, but a costly turnover there. Turns out to be very costly with a touchdown there from the Reds.
Trent McCann in to add the extra point. So far, 2 of 3 in extra points. Quentin Kestner is the holder. Early movement. Dalton Reeves jumped across early for Davis County. They'll move it half the distance to the goal. That'll make the extra point attempt shorter. And you just sense it in the stadium, Brad, how much that turnover and subsequent touchdown really sucked the air out of the Davis County faithful.
Yes, it does, and it did the same thing for us earlier. In the game when we did that, we had the return favor to them on the turnover and took it deep.
Now with the half distance to the goal, McCade Odin is in the backfield looking to take the direct snap. Hands it off to Kester, who was coming into motion, and he finds a way to get into the end zone. He got cut down by Doxtator, but not before he got into the end zone. It was a jet sweep to Kestner. 2-point conversion is good. And our new score with 7:58 remaining to go in the third quarter. Centerville 28, Davis County 14 on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Are you installing a new septic system? The man to call is Jody at Geotech Sand and Stone. They have state-certified septic sand, as well as top-quality black dirt, fill sand, and washed gravel for landscaping. They also have large rocks to add to your landscaping. Geotech Sand and Stone has very competitive prices. Stop out and get a load, or have one of their contractors haul it for you. Call Jody today for more information at 799-1235. That's 799-1235. Geotech Sand and Stone, 3 miles west of Eldon on River Road.
Sometimes life can get a little busy and plans can change. That doesn't mean you have to put your future on hold. With William Penn University's online and evening classes, you can further your education on your schedule. Choose online, in classroom, or blended with locations in Oskaloosa and Johnston. Start your planning today at wmpenn.edu. Classes start throughout the year. Continue your education on your terms, on your turf, with William Penn University.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
McCade Odin's 4th touchdown of the game has made our score Centerville 28, Davis County 14. And Trent McCann getting set to kick this one away for the Big Reds. Back to receive, Caden Glosser and Clay Collier for Davis County. Here's a kick by McCann. Spinner comes down to Glosser at the 5, running near side to the 20, breaks an arm tackle and slammed down at about the 27, perhaps the 28-yard line. Making the stop on special teams was Peyton Archer for Centerville.
Pretty decent starting field position here. Now we just have to take care of the ball and get back into our rhythm that we established that first half there, especially in the second quarter. Get back to the script that I know Ken Anderson wants to run. Just got to take care of the football when we have it.
7:50 left to go in the third quarter. Davis County trails. This is their biggest deficit of the game, 28-14. Carson Mader, who fumbled, which set up a short field for Centerville, and they turned to a touchdown the last time he had the ball. Takes a shotgun snap, throws the screen out to Heller on the far side, but he dropped it incomplete. Heller looked like he tried to run with the ball before he brought that pass in, and got to secure the ball before you decide to move your legs.
Yeah, and again, when the momentum shifts, you just take that much little, less energy. You can just sense it on our sideline, which happened to the Big Reds earlier. Yep. We just need some good plays going, kind of get back in that rhythm, get that energy back.
2nd and 10 from the Davis County 27. Mustangs moving from right to left. Pass to the near side, incomplete through the hands of Carson Zittler at about the 35-yard line. That would have been close to a first down. Instead, 3rd and 10 coming up, 2 drop passes.
Yeah, and see, those were the plays that we were making when we initially started kind of turning the tide here early in the game, late in the first quarter. Got to make plays when you have plays to be made.
Now you have an obvious passing down. This is something Ken Anderson, the head coach of Davis County, did not want to be in. 3rd and 10 from the 27. Davis County trails 28-14. 7:43 left. And Raider is sacked. Engulfed by the Centerville defensive line. Nick Jewett wraps him up at the 20, a loss of 7, and it's punting time for Davis County.
Yeah, and Carson had no chance there.
There's a flag
There's
down
a flag
on the far side of the field.
Some extracurriculars maybe after the play.
So let's hold the phone. They're picking up the flag.
Okay, no flag. But as I was saying, Carson had no chance there. Just ate it. It was a smart play to do there instead of throwing it up to give it a turnover or potential turnover. But had no chance. The player, you mentioned his name, Nick Jewett, came through completely untouched.
The pass blocking has been better in this game.
Yes, it has been. Yep, it has been. And we've been doing more short, 2-3 step drop stuff, getting the ball out of his hands quickly. That time, no chance.
Zittler to kick to Matthews. A high snap. Zittler had to run with it as it was a high snap. Now he runs to the far side, looking for the first down at the 35, the 40, first down and more. Midfield, still on his feet, and slung out of bounds at the 49-yard line. A bad snap leads to Zittler running for his life, and it turns out to be a 31-yard gain and a first down for Davis County. How about that?
Wow. Had an opportunity, made the best of it. Smart play.
That could not have been a design fake, Brad.
I couldn't tell from here. Sure didn't look like it. Sure looked like a broken play that he just had a player made a good play. He knows what to do with the ball when he had it, and
apparently
he did. And a lot of times there the defenders are running with their backs turned, expecting a punt, going down looking for their block. So again, heads up play by him. What a huge break for the Mustangs.
1st and 10, ball at midfield for Davis County, down by 14 with 7:23 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Handoff to Smith, and he gets stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. I beg your pardon, that's Dockstader on the carry. Just across midfield, but we'll call it no gain, as he was just short of the 49-yard line.
Dockstader, the ball carrier. No gain on the play.
Well, we've said early, that the ball can be a turnover and bounce that way. We had one bounce for us that way. We have to take advantage of this, or at least get deep and kind of flip that field position. Take advantage of the big turn of events there on the punt. 2nd
and 10 from midfield. 2 receivers to the right with 1 to the left. Mater claps his hands, takes a snap, and Dockstader gets wrapped up and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Good tackle there by Brody Kroger. A loss of 1 back to the 49 of Davis County, and another 3rd and long coming up for the Mustangs.
So you can kind of just sense, again, the energy is still kind of with the Big Reds. They're playing with a little bit more energy, especially in the defensive line right now, making plays as they should right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long for the Mustangs.
4 receivers will be out for Davis County, 3 to the left and 1 to the right. Mater gets a shotgun snap, quick pass as a screen to Glosser, and he dropped it at midfield. And a flag is down as well.
Incomplete, intended for Glosser. Penalty flag on the play.
Holding against the Mustangs of Davis County. And head coach Brad Kovakovic says let's decline it and force 4th down. So Davis County can't cash in on the break they got on Carson Zittler running 30 yards on a punt. What I guess will go down as a punt fake, but wasn't really. It was a broken play. They got it to midfield, but they can't take advantage, and Carson Zittler, we figure this time on 4th and 10, will kick this one away if he gets a decent snap anyway.
But again, a lot more yards now that we're down the field where we're going to punt it, going to make them work with the longer field. Again, more opportunity to hopefully get the ball on the ground. Big turn of events. Let's see if we can do something with it later.
Head high snap to Zittler, and he puts a boot to it. Matthews lets it drop. Rolls inside the 20, inside the 15. Matthews picks it up. Running to the near side at the 15, shakes an arm tackle, and he's down at the 16-yard line, just a gain of 1 after a 35-yard punt by Zittler.
So again, you think about where we were originally going to be punting from. They probably would have received the ball at around midfield, let's say.
Sure.
So again, here they're going to have to work with a 70-yard plus field as opposed to a 50-yard or shorter field. So again, that play that we saw earlier on the punt could come up huge for us here. Let's see if we can't return the favor with a turnover.
1st and 10 for Centerville. They have a 28-14 lead, 6:21 remaining in the third quarter. Kessner is in the pistol. McCain Oden, who has over 100 yards, shifts over to the left side of Kessner. He takes a snap. He gets wrestled down by Hill, and he gets help as Kessner kept his feet, but Hill was able to keep a kung fu grip on his ankle and wait for help to come. A 10-yard, actually brought down at the 10-yard line. That's a 6-yard loss.
Seeing good energy from both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
From both teams. Both defense and offense, we're seeing an increased level of energy because we have a good ball game going here. So guys are flying around, seeing a lot more physical tackles as opposed to the arm tackles.
2nd and 16 from the 11. Kessner dropping back to throw. Screen pass set up. Oden has at the middle of the field, has running room at the 20, at the 25, the 30, breaking a couple tackles at the 35, and he'll have a first down at the 36-yard line. A bruising run after the catch by Oden.
Yeah, another very nice screen design there from the Big Reds. We saw some wide receiver tunnel screens early. That one more of a kind of over the middle typical screen that you might see at the college level. Nice play design. And again, arm tackle's not bringing that kid down.
Again, at 25 gets them out of the hole and gives them a fresh set of downs at their own 35. Kessner keeps it, running to the far side at the hash, and he gets speared by Reeves.
Very nice job by the corner there to get him on the ground because we saw that early in the game. We weren't able to do that. They'd pound with Oden, come out with that, and they had one play, I believe, was a 40-plus yard gainer on that exact same thing on a keeper from the quarterback. Good job by the corner to get him on the ground.
A 4-yard run by Kessner, and it's 2nd and 6. Kessner, screen set up. It's a tunnel screen to McCann, running to the near side. Now it turns it up the middle, inside Davis County territory to the 46-yard line. That's a gain of 15 from Kessner to McCann. That's a play we've seen about 3 or 4 times now.
3 or 4 times. Yep, they're bringing that in at the right time too. If you've seen the 1-2 punch out of the backfield, out of the quarterback running back tandem, then they'll bring in a screen. We saw a different type of screen earlier. There's the tunnel screen again.
1st and 10 from the Davis County 47. Kessner rolls to his right, tosses it to Matthews at the numbers near side, and he's shoved out of bounds by Zittler at the make that the 41-yard line, a gain of 6. That's the first catch for Matthews in this game. But a quick 6-yard hit, that just keeps them ahead of schedule.
It does, and we're seeing very similar play calls that we saw early in the game from them, more of a balanced attack. Instead of the long passes downfield, they're sprinkling in those easier passes. The quarterback has more confidence in making screen pass, short pass out here to the flat this time.
Centerville,
second and short.
Centerville leads 28-14 with 4:26 remaining in the third quarter. On 2nd and 4 from the 41, the toss to Oden, running wide to the left, and a flag is down, as is Oden, inside the 40 to the 37. Brad McCloskey is signaling holding. Let's see if he's correct.
I believe the receiver had a little bit too much jersey out there on the corner. The corner did a nice job of just keeping contained as they were hand fighting, but it did look like a hold from here.
And the call indeed is holding against Centerville. That stops the clock with 4:19 remaining in the third quarter. Centerville 28, Davis County 14. The 26th edition of the make that the 27th edition of the Pennant game. Centerville leads the series 15-11. They have won the last 4 in this series, but things have not been settled here yet at Mustang Stadium.
No, definitely good energy on both sides of the ball. So this is anybody's game still. We've seen turnovers come into play, and I'm guessing we're going to see one before the night's over by one of these two teams.
2nd and 14, 2 receivers to the right with 1 to the left. McCain Oden shifts to the left of Kessner. Kessner on the keeper. Gets past Stremler, but he's strung down. Looked like he was grabbed by the jersey from behind by Riley Heller. Just across midfield, maybe a yard gain.
I tell you what, Riley Heller is absolutely flying around because the end on that far side of the field should have been the one that made the play there. He whiffed. A good job by the quarterback to keep it and ride that running back as long as he could. He pulled it. Riley Heller came from the far side of the field, chased him down. Good speed, got him down on the ground. Great play by Riley Heller, big number 87.
big play here. 3rd and 14, ball at midfield. Kessner drops straight back. He goes down at the 40-yard line. Coming in on the blitz was Caden Hill, the safety, and he gets the sack to throw him for a 10-yard loss.
And we were wondering if we would see some action out of him.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the senior, I believe he's a senior.
Yeah, he is a senior.
Yep, he's a senior. Yep, and we saw him injured earlier in the game, showing some intestinal fortitude here, coming back in the game, making a huge play there, forcing 4th and forever for the Big Reds. What a play.
4th and forever indeed. It's 4th and 24 from the Centerville 41. Trent McCann is in to kick this one away. 2:55 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Davis County trails 28-14. There's a kick by McCann. Gloucester lets it bounce at the 25. It takes a sideways roll and comes to a rest at about the 21-yard line. So Davis County made a stand on defense. Now see if the offense can do something. Down 14 as we enter the closing stages of the 3rd quarter.
And a stand with a statement. I mean, there was some hitting going on there. Your guys flying around. They're not just belly tapping. There's some hitting going on, and from some big name players out there. I'm very impressed with Riley Heller. He's kind of anchoring that defensive line right now. Saw some good play out of Dalton Reeves out of the corner spot, anchoring that out there. We've called McCall's name several times. Now Caden Hill comes up with a big tackle on a big 3rd down there. So big swing of momentum. Let's see if we can take advantage of it and keep that momentum on the offensive side of the ball.
Gavin McCall comes out as the running back for this series for Davis County. Carson Zittler lines up to the left as a wide receiver. Glosser and Reeves are the wide receivers to the right. Mater in the shotgun. Riley Hedder's the tight end, lined up on the right side. The fake to Glosser, and it's intercepted. Over the middle, the intended receiver was Riley Heller, and Carson Mater threw it right to Otis Williams, who picked it off for Centerville. 3rd turnover for Davis County. 1st and 10 Centerville at the 24.
Yeah, and he never really got comfortable in the pocket there. You could just tell he had guys on him immediately, didn't get his feet set underneath him. Anytime you're throwing over the middle, it's dangerous, let alone when you're off balance. Threw it, didn't have a great connection, obviously, with his receiver there. Weren't on the same page, and a huge turnover. And we said earlier, we thought we'd see another turnover, and unfortunately, Mustangs gave it up again there on that play.
Right after Davis County forces Centerville to punt, Mustangs give it back via the interception. Now Kessner hands it off to the battering ram, Odin, and he gets brought down right around the line of scrimmage. Stremler, as well as Spencer Boss, brought him down. How's this a matchup? Spencer Boss, 280. I've seen 2 different listings for Boss, 280 and 300.
Big boys.
Either way, him going against the 220 McCain Odin, who is pretty much a chiseled rock in the backfield.
Well, we haven't made many plays like that tonight, so it's good to actually make one on the defensive line.
Kessner on the keeper on 2nd and 10, running it wide to the left, and he's brought down from behind at the 10-yard line. Actually, they'll mark it down at the 9. It'll be a 1st and goal after a gain of 15.
Kessner slow to get up after the hit out there. I couldn't see who made the hit, but it looks like he's taking some hits tonight. He carried the ball quite a few times, getting up a little gingerly there, but he's making his way back to the huddle.
1st and goal from the 8 for Centerville, leading 28-14 with 1:26 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers to the right with 1 to the left. In the pistol is Kessner, and he dropped the snap and just falls on it back at about the 17-yard line. Kessner cuts his losses. That's a loss of 9.
The ball kind of just bounced right up at him, so a lucky bounce there again for the Reds. That one easily could have been kicked or nudged our way, but bounced right up into his hands.
Beg your pardon. The new line of scrimmage is the 12-yard line. That's a loss of 4. Regardless, 2nd and goal for Centerville from the 12.
Here comes
Odin with the tunnel screen, and this time McCann drops it. He was lined up wide to the left, and we've seen this play about 4 or 5 times now, Brad, but this time on the tunnel screen, McCann dropped it. 3rd and goal from the 12.
Yeah, I think he heard footsteps on that one because we finally recognized it. It looked like that sophomore 55 Hayden Boss read that one fairly well there. I think he heard some footsteps on that tunnel screen.
3rd and goal from the 12. 43 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Centerville up by 14. Pass to the far boundary is incomplete.
That one may have been deflected.
That was deflected.
It looked to me like it may have been deflected.
I think that was Glosser. I think Glosser got a hand on that.
Okay, it looked like it to me the way it came off. It was deflected for sure.
Regardless, the incomplete pass brings up 4th and goal from the 12, and the field goal unit for Centerville comes out. So a key stop for Davis County, holding Centerville to a field goal attempt. Now we know McCann, who made a 51-yarder last week, has a leg to make what looks to be a 29-yarder. But you're forcing a field goal, which says he might miss it, he might not. And a flag is down. Early movement along the lines. But it's offside against Davis County. So that makes the field goal a bit easier for Trent McCann.
We did see an extra point tipped right at the line of scrimmage. I believe Riley Heller got his paw on it earlier.
He did.
But with this, if you're a little bit further back, have a different angle at it. So we'll see. Maybe we can get this one knocked down again.
That makes it 4th and goal from the 7. Centerville keeps their field goal team out. 37 seconds remain in the third quarter. Centerville looks to add to their 28-14 lead.
Their quarterback is the holder, so you always have to keep that in mind.
The snap to Kestner. A bad snap, but he gets it down, and Trent McCann boots it through.
Field goal is good.
So a 24-yard field goal for Trent McCann extends the Centerville lead to 31-14 with 34 seconds remaining to go in the third quarter. We'll be back on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Attention Southern Iowa, do you need a better night's sleep? Maybe it's time to get a new mattress. Dixon's Mattress Outlet in Bloomfield has the most competitive prices on new mattresses in all different sizes. Darren sells camper mattresses, commercial bedding, rollaways, special order sizes, bed frames, and mattress protectors. Call Darren today and he'll meet you at the warehouse. Dixon's Mattress Outlet, 641-664-3060. That's 664-3060.
This is Milo Wells, your pharmacist at Wells Hometown Drug in Bloomfield. When you need prescriptions, stop in and see me. If you aren't a current customer, we will help you fill out a new patient form, which takes less than 5 minutes. We have a lot of over-the-counter items and have vaccines. We are here 6 days a week and offer free delivery in Bloomfield and surrounding areas. I pride myself on professionalism and small-town customer service, and our pharmacy reflects those values. Stop in and see us at Wells Hometown Drug next to CarQuest in Bloomfield.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
A 24-yard field goal by Trent McCann has made our score 31-14 in favor of Centerville. Big Reds taking advantage of another Davis County turnover. There's the boot coming down to Glosser. He fumbles it, actually drops into the end zone, and it is blown dead as a touchback. 1st and 10, Davis County from the 20, down by 17, with just 32 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Last 2 possessions for Davis County, actually the last 3, fumble, punt, interception. Those are all the possessions they've had so far in the third quarter.
Yeah, and that's not a winning formula by any means, especially when, again, Centerville has the ability to control field position with their special teams.
Carson Mader looking to bounce back after throwing an interception on the last possession. Takes a shotgun snap. Quick throw to Reeves. It's a screen to the near side. Running along the numbers and brought down across the 30 to the 32. A gain of a dozen and a first down for the Mustangs. Second catch for Reeves. He has 18 yards on the night.
And you can definitely just sense that Carson's very comfortable when he just takes one step, throw, he can get it out in a hurry. Plus, he has time to get it out. He's got the height to go with it.
1st and 10 from the 32. And we have reached the end of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains in the pennant game, and Davis County will have to mount a rally if they want to secure the pennant back from Centerville. Our score at the end of 3, Centerville 31, Davis County 14, on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
First play of the fourth quarter will be 1st and 10 for Davis County from their own 31. They trail 31-14. Mater on the keeper. Gets brought down at about the 36. A flag comes down, and I think that's holding on Glosser there on the boundary. That was right out there for everybody to see.
Yeah, he was wide open. You can see from up here that pretty obvious hold. He had his hands outside the middle of the guy's numbers. Anytime that happens, it's a pretty easy call for the officials.
March from the spot of the foul, which looks like that was at about the 35. We'll see where they march from. Always seems to be an inexact science where they call the holding penalty. Centerville outscored Davis County 11-0 in that third quarter to extend their 6-point lead to 17.
Yeah, and the message from Coach Anderson here has to be exactly what it was at the beginning of the game. Do your assignment, focus on what you do. Let's see if we can't claw back into this, but do our job every play.
1st and 17. The new line of scrimmage is the 24-yard line. 2 receivers to the right with 1 to the left. Mater puts it into the belly of McCall, and he gets brought down immediately near the line of scrimmage. He maybe got a yard to the 25, but that's it. We'll give him a yard, and we'll call it 2nd and 16. Ball to 25. Mater claps his hands, gets a snap, throws near side, pass is caught. That's Glosser. Make that Collier, and gets twisted down near the near sideline at the 33-yard line. A gain of 9, and that makes it 3rd and manageable, Brad. You can't get it all back in one play, but not a bad play just to get a little bit back.
You know, and it helps your play calling from Coach Anderson give you a little bit bigger of a range of plays to call as opposed to 3rd and 16 or 3rd and 17, whatever it was there. 3rd and 8's much more manageable. Opens the playbook up a little bit for Coach here on this one.
3rd and 8 from the 33, 11:04 left to go in the ball game. Mater drops back, throws near side, pass is caught. A tiptoe action along the sideline, but he caught it in bounds. That was Clay Collier. What a play. 10 yards, 1st down, Davis County.
Yeah, good awareness of where he was at. Way to look the ball in, because we've seen several balls tonight that should have been caught right in the breadbasket of our offensive Mustangs, and they weren't able to bring it in that time. Able to bring it in, convert after the penalty, something we haven't been able to do much of. So let's string something together positive for the Mustangs here.
1st and 10 for Davis County, ball at their own 43. Collier is a wide receiver to the near side. McCall gets the handoff, and he gets tackled right at the line. Tumbles forward for perhaps a yard. In on the tackle for Centerville was Colton Cowan.
Comes up a little bit gimpy there after that play, too. Looked like one of his own players may have rolled into him. Down on the line, looked like big 74. Trey Armstrong may have rolled into his leg, but he seems to be okay. He's still on the play.
A gain of 1 from McCall, 2nd and 9 from the 44. Wide receiver to the right and 1 to the left. Quick pass to Collier along the near boundary, and he gets tackled immediately by Trent McCann. No, beg your pardon.
Bradley Watts.
That was Bradley
29,
Watts.
Bradley Watts.
Yes.
Coming out of the secondary position, making a good stick.
Clock moving. 10-11 remaining to go in the ball game. Centerville 31, Davis County 14. Mustangs need to mount a furious comeback if they want to get back to pennant. It has been on the Centerville sidelines for the last 4 years. Mater now looks to the sideline after he claps his hands. In the shotgun, he claps it again. Blitz coming. Mater throws high, intended for Glosser, along the right sideline. He would have had a first down at about the 46, but it was thrown high by Collier, but the blitz was coming, and Mater had to get rid of it.
The blitz was coming, and we fortunate at that time that we did pick it up a little bit to give Carson just that enough time to get his front foot, plant foot down, make a play, at least a better route and a better connection opportunity for the Mustangs, but unable to come up with it there. But not a turnover. We live to play another down here on the punt, play some field position game.
Merrick Matthews is back to receive this punt from Carson Zittler. And there's the kick. Matthews runs up to the 35, reels it in. He's at the 40, running up the far side at the 45, the 50. Flag is down, and Matthews gets spilled at the 45-yard line of Davis County. But
a couple flags down, so.
Yeah, there are a couple of flags down, and as Brad pointed out, looks like this.
I saw one clip back here that was pretty obvious. The back judge here got the clip. I'm not sure what the one is in the middle of the field. That guy couldn't have seen the clip. So maybe a couple here. May redo that one. We'll see.
Centerville leads it 31-14, and we're waiting on the word for the penalty. So Davis County has been shut out in this second half, 11-0. And really turnovers has been the story. And Davis County not really getting much traction on offense here in the second half as well. But the defense has played well. The defense has been able to keep this game within shouting distance. And they gave Davis County a couple of extra chances due to turnover on downs or forcing them to punt. It's just the offense hasn't been able to take advantage.
No, they haven't. And turnovers they just kill you. You need to have the momentum going, and then just get a little bit going forward, and then you take a big step back with a turnover. You just keep putting your defense in these big holes, and again, you'd have a shorter field to work with to bend. Eventually, you're going to break.
We have offsetting penalties: illegal blocking it back against Centerville, and an illegal blocking it back on Davis County. Even though they're not the return team, they got an illegal block on the back.
Yep, that is interesting. I wondered when it was in the middle of the field. I figured it couldn't be the same call. We will redo it.
Yep, penalties offset. We will replay. Fourth down. 4th and 7 from the 45. Kellen Johnson was back to receive a punt. Now Merrick comes out. Davis County should snap it with these many people. Oh, no, actually the umpire is standing over the ball, letting Centerville substitute. And Merrick Matthews is back to receive this punt from Zittler. And here comes the snap. Helmet high snap comes down to Zittler. He gets it away, a low line drive kick, bouncing inside the 25, scooped up by Merrick Matthews at the 22. Running to the far side, Matthews still on his feet at the 20. Up the far sideline, the 25, the 35. Flag is down, and Merrick Matthews gets brought down at the 39-yard line.
The field
this may be coming back as
littered
well.
with flags. There's a flag down here in the middle of the field, maybe early, a hold type. Got a flag down here around the 40-yard line, as we call it.
I think we might have
flag
offsetting.
on the far side of the field.
We might have offsetting penalties again.
I'm guessing we do, because this was a hold back here. I thought I saw a hold on the Mustangs as a guy was approaching to block the punt.
Yeah.
Not sure what this one is. Further down the field on our side over here, as we call it, and one came out late on the far side of the field. So the field is littered with yellow right now, Ellis.
Holding against Davis County. Blocking the back against Centerville. Blocking it back against Centerville. The penalty still offset. And we will once again replay 4th down.
It feels like Groundhog Day.
Yes, it does feel like Groundhog Day.
Again and again.
Well, we know the special teams are getting their conditioning in, that's for sure.
Do you sneak a fake in here if you're kids?
Oof, that's not a bad idea. You're lulling them to sleep. This is the 3rd time now that they've had to punt.
I may, but I didn't see anybody.
But you have to lose. Changes. You're down 17 with 9:16 left.
Exactly.
But they do punt it away. A high spinner. Bouncing near the sideline, taking a sideways bounce, staying in bounds. Nice punt by Zittler as it comes to rest at the 25-yard line.
I see no yellow.
I think the result of this play will stand then.
Good. We play on.
Yes. Groundhog Day is over. 9:06 left to go in the ball game. Centerville 31, Davis County 14. Davis County had a 7-0 lead, a 61-yard pass from Caden Hill to Carson Zittler. Centerville scores 20 unanswered, 3 McCain-Odin touchdown runs. Davis County gets an interception, turns it into points. 20-14 was our halftime score. Centerville has taken over here in the second half. They have scored 11 straight. Pass over the middle as a screen pass intended for Colby Misitich, and he went right off his chest, fell incomplete pass, second down.
Again, surprised by the play call there at all? I mean, just, you're in the time of the game where you want to run the clock down. Hand it off. You have the powerful running game. Kind of surprised to see the ball in the air on that one, even though it was a screen, which is kind of just a different way to get a ball into the running back's hands sometimes. Surprised to see the ball in the air on that one.
McCain-Odin has 4 touchdowns in this game. He takes a handoff running straight ahead across the 30 to the 35, and Clayton Smith tackled him, if you want to call it that, at the 44-yard line. It was more like Odin fell on top of Smith, but Smith got him on the ground, but that is a 19-yard gain and another first down for Centerville.
And I would guess we'll see a heavy dose of that from here on out, just to kind of, again, keep the ball on the ground, play the safe play, limit your turnovers potential, and again, a good, powerful running back who's not going to be brought down by arm tackles. Did not there. I think the pile got him on that one, not an individual.
Clock is stopped with 8:50. Actually, no, the clock now moving with 8:50 remaining. 1st and 10 from the Centerville 44. Odin runs wide to the right, still on his feet, churning his legs into Davis County territory. Wrestled down after a gain of around 9 to the 47-yard line.
And you can see the Mustangs starting to get tired here. Again, Riley Heller made the play from the far side of the field. He just has a motor that will not quit. He chased it down from the right end position on the defensive line in the 3-man front. Not the guy you want making the play in that. Again, big gain on first down. 2nd and short coming up here for the Big Reds.
2nd and 1 from the Davis County 47-yard line. 8:07 remaining in the 4th quarter. Centerville 31, Davis County 14. Kessner takes a shotgun snap. Give to Odin. And he gets taken down by Doxtator, who knifed in to bring him down. Actually, beg your pardon, that wasn't Doxtator. That was Caden Hill who brought him down.
Good. It's good to see Caden in there, sticking his nose in the ball there. Made a good play here a few series ago to give us the ball back. Made a good play there. 3rd and short. Let's see if we can't come up with a play here to make him 4th and short.
Loss of 1 on the play, 3rd and 2. A fumbled snap. Kessner tries to run with it, and he goes down. McCall submarines him at the 45-yard line, and McCall is slow to get up. Actually, he's limping. And he'll try to make his way to the sideline. 4th down coming up for Centerville, and here comes the punt team.
Yep, I think he may have just taken a heel to the gut area or below on that one. So anyway, he'll be all right. Hopefully just got the wind knocked out of him.
We call that the man region.
Yes. I wasn't sure what you call it on the radio, so I strayed away from it.
Try to keep it family friendly around here, Brad.
Yep, I'll let you take the lead on that one. But regardless, we got a 4th and long situation here, something good for the Mustangs.
McCann with the kick. Glosser takes a look at it. It goes out of bounds. Nice angled kick by McCann out to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Davis County with 6:54 remaining in the ball game. So we've seen some good, some bad in this game.
But there's no quit in our guys. We know that. Our coaches are too experienced to let them quit. Our guys are too proud to. And again, our really big 3 names on defense that we've been calling consistently have been the guys who made the plays on that series there. Big plays for us. We saw Riley Heller chase a play down on a play that he shouldn't have made, clear on the far side of the field.
Sure.
We saw Gavin McCall stick his nose in there, and Caden Hill as well. So our guys are not giving up, making big plays, playing with a lot of pride.
Davis County will start this next drive from their own 20. Ball is on the far hash. Reeves and Zittler are lined up to the left. Make that the right. Glosser is to the left. Snap to Mater. Rolling right. Looking to throw. Winds up and tosses it to Heller. A nice catch at the 30, the 35. And he lunges forward to about the 41-yard line.
I do see yellow.
And flag, however, is on the play. That might be an ineligible man downfield. Yep. That is definitely the call. When you roll out like that and you string out the play like that.
Yeah, your offensive linemen kind of expect at that point you're going to be running. They're blocking downfield. When that much time goes by, that's the only thing you can assume. Really pretty good patience by Carson, though.
Yeah.
He had a guy in his face, and as many, bad plays or bad decisions that we feel like he's made in heat, he showed good patience there. But unfortunately, we had an illegal procedure.
The play doesn't count, but nice touch on the pass.
It was
by
nice
Heller,
touch,
too.
and again, just good presence to be patient. So again, some confidence there by the young quarterback, but that one's going backwards.
5-yard penalty takes them back to the 15, 1st and 15 for Davis County. Make that 6:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. Davis County trails 31-14. Reeves and Collier. Now Collier going into motion from right to left. He'll be on the left-sided formation with Glosser. Give us a Dockstader running to the near side, and he gets brought down at the numbers by McCann.
More flags on the field, however, on the far side of the field, right at the line of scrimmage.
More yellows on the field. Not many flags in the first half, but illegal motion against Davis County. Another pre-snap penalty for Davis County.
Mental mistakes starting to creep their way into this game as well. As the guys get tired, you kind of lose focus. When you're down this many scores, you got to really dig in and do the opposite. You got to really focus and do everything the right way to give yourself any chance at all to stay in the game.
1st and 20. Actually, no, they just mark it back to the 13, so that's now 1st and 17. Beg your pardon, mate. Yeah, 1st and 17. Hand off to I believe that's Clayton Smith. Nope, that's McCall on the carry. Across the 40 to the 17-yard line. And timeout called by Davis County, stopping the clock at 5:56 left to go in the ball game. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors. First Downs are brought to you by Collision Corner. Think of John at Collision's Corner first to get your car looking good again, and don't forget to like them on Facebook. And Touchdowns all season long are brought to you by Slate Polaris. Score huge savings on a new Polaris Ranger or ATV. Call Slate Polaris or stop out and see them 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
Ellis, I did teach anatomy. Wanted to be sure you get the terminology right. So
right.
Work.
Thank you. I had no idea you taught anatomy.
I did. That was what I taught, science, and taught anatomy for several years. And but again, just didn't want to be educate too many people.
Right.
With our little ears that could be listening.
Oh yeah, you don't want to be overly educational.
So good job on the G script. Keep it a G rated.
5:56 remains in the ball game. Coming out of the timeout, 3rd and 14 for Davis County with the ball at their 17. They trail 31-14. Snap to Mater, looking right, passes over the head of Reeves at the 25-yard line near the Mustang sideline. Didn't really have much of a chance. It looked like Mater threw that before even Reeves was ready for it.
Yeah, he sailed that one, but I think what he was trying to do is maybe look off to the left and then come back to the right. Maybe try to do a little too much there, get a little too cute, but sailed it on that one for sure.
One of the things you always see a young quarterback do is staring down receivers. Maybe that was his way of trying not to stare down the receiver.
I think so. You can see the wheels turning. And a young quarterback, he was trying to look left and not stare down where he's going, but you got to make the throw at the end of the day, and he did not on that one.
A timeout now. No, a penalty flag is down. Offside called against Centerville. That probably won't change much. You figure Davis County will still punt this away.
Marching us back.
Well, I thought I saw the referee on the far side say offside against Centerville, but yeah, I guess.
I wasn't sure, but definitely marched us backwards on that one, so whatever the call was.
Zittler to punt. Matthews is back for Centerville. A high snap. Zittler gathers it in, and it's a wobbly kick out of bounds. Not a good one, as the referee walks to the 13-yard line. That is Brad McCloskey. A 1-yard punt. But
1-yard punt. We do have more yellow on the field, so hold on.
Yeah. Referees are sparing no chance to get their laundry dirty.
Excellent math, by the way. Got math and science represented.
Jack of all trades, I am, Brad. Illegal formation against Davis County. They'll decline the penalty and take the result of a 1-yard punt.
And modest.
Yeah, that too. Just ask my wife. 5:46 remaining in the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for Centerville at the Davis County 13-yard line. Kessner in the shotgun. To his left is Oden. McCain Oden takes the handoff inside the 10 to the 9. A gain of 4 for McCain Oden.
Yeah, he sidestepped McCall. McCall was right there again. He's in on just about every play that he can be in on. Oden that time, though, sidestepped him. Powerful running back. Lowered his shoulder, gave the boom, and got 4 hard yards there.
Clock is stopped for some reason. Now it's winding. 5:22 and counting left to go in the ball game. Centerville in control, up 31-14. And it's 2nd and 6 from the 9. Oden again. Beg your pardon, that's Kessner. Inside the 5, puts on his shoulder, spinning towards the end zone. Touchdown.
Yeah, and that's been their bread and butter. I mean, really, that's been their winning recipe tonight when they've stuck to that game plan. They have sprinkled in a few screen plays here that were effective at times. But that 1-2 punch out of Oden and Kessner has been a winning recipe for the Big Reds tonight.
Had an injured Mustang, and that's Gavin McCall that comes off the field. Centerville with a 37-14 lead, and coming in to kick the extra point is Trent McCann. Impressive performance by Centerville in this game as McCann gets ready to kick this through the uprights or towards the uprights, and he boots it through. 38-14 is the Centerville lead. 5:04 left to go in the ball game. We'll be back for the final 5 minutes plus on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Pursue your passion with Polaris, the world leader in off-road. Live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or get more done with a hard-working Ranger. Enjoy savings up to $3,500 during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
5:04 remains in the fourth quarter. Centerville with McCain Oden's 5th. No, beg your pardon. It was Kessner that ran that in. It was his first touchdown run. He decided to share get in on the action that McCain Oden had all on his own. He gets it to the end zone to make it 38-14 Centerville with 5:04 remaining in the fourth quarter. McCann with a booming kick that goes to the end zone. So we've seen some good, some bad from Davis County. Not really able to move the ball much here in the first half, in the second half, but you see that they're almost there. There were some drop passes when the game was still within reach that they could have converted. And the defense has been not too bad, even though they've given up 38 points, but they've had a lot of short fields to deal with, such as that bad punt that led to them only having to go 13 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, and they've been on the field a lot. And you got to think that this wasn't the script that we had written for this game that we kind of discovered, because the starting quarterback was Caden Hill, and he got injured. And so, you're going midstream. We had something going. Centerville was able to make some adjustments at halftime, which we'll talk about later. But again, some things to build on definitely for next week, because he found a script that I think can be effective for our Mustangs.
Zittler and Glosser are the wide receivers to the left. Dalton Reeves is the wide receiver to the right. Heller is the tight end lined up tight to the right side. Doxtator is the running back to the left of Mater. 1st and 10 from the 20. Handoff is a Doxtator. He gets slammed immediately at the line of scrimmage. Brady Clark put a shoulder into his gut and brought him down for no gain.
Getting a little chippy out there between guys. They've been banging on each other all night, and you see emotions still high. A lot of pride on both sides of the field. You know, a lot of history between these guys. I just hope that they don't. We've seen a lot of yellow. We don't want yellow for personal fouls. So I understand the emotions, but we got to be able to contain them as well. Finish the game the right way.
4:35 left to go in the ball game. Davis County trails 38-14. Mater with a dummy snap that looks over to the sideline. 2 receivers are lined up to the left with 1 to the right. Snap to Mater. He gets it hip high. Looks right. Gets wrestled down in the backfield and sacked. A flag is down, however. As it stands, it is a sack for, I believe that was Tanner Beloma.
It was either him or was it 70 Nick Jewett again?
Oh, it was Nick Jewett. You're right.
Nick Jewett?
It was
a good
Nick
play
Jewett.
by him because I think he had a guy draped on him, maybe holding. What they call
I thought maybe it's roughing the passer. No,
they call holding. Okay, and he still made the play, and he was getting held. So good play by him. We've called his name a couple times tonight. He had a good head of steam going there on that play.
So Nick Jewett gets a sack back to the 10-yard line. So a loss of 10. And now we have 3rd and 20 coming up for the Mustangs. Mater takes a snap, hands it off, and Doxtator gets slung down immediately after receiving the handoff.
Doxtator with the carry.
Number 34 on the play there for the Reds. Lucas Henderson?
Yeah, Lucas Henderson.
Lucas Henderson.
So another loss for Davis County back to the 6-yard line. They went steadily backwards on that drive, starting at the 20 and ending up at the 6. And Zittler goes back to the familiar position of kicking this one away. And once again, just a case, Brad, of Davis County not really not able to do much here offensively. Here's Zittler to put a boot to it. And there's the kick. Low driving kick out of bounds on the far sideline. Referee, actually the official on the far sideline, makes the line of scrimmage 27-yard line with 3:38 remaining in the ball game. So Centerville comes back up. They scored 51 points in week 1. They have 38 on the board now. Looks like they are well on their way to running the record at 2-0. And we talked about a little bit earlier in the game how Centerville really just had the injury bug. I mean, there's teams that have been bit by the injury bug. I think the injury bug for Centerville was riding a semi, drove over Centerville, and then backed up over Centerville again. That's how many injuries they've had. And if they stay healthy, they seem like a pretty dangerous team.
Yeah, they do. And they're going to continue to get better.
There's a fumble on the exchange, but Centerville falls back on it.
Yeah, the ball's just on the ground tonight. It's been kind of bouncing their way. In the air, not so much. We've had opportunities there. But on the ground, they've been able to recover those. But no, Centerville's got a nice team. I mean, they're going to be getting better week by week. They still have some things to clean up on the inside play, as all teams do this time of year, as they kind of find their pieces that fit. But again, a nice 1-2 punch out of the backfield that you can build a lot of things on when you have that kind of running game.
Sawyer Wardlow is the backup quarterback. He is in. He gives it up to the backup running back. That is Ryan Messamaker, and he gets brought down at close to the 20, perhaps the 21-yard line for a game of 4.
Messamaker, the ball carrier.
Both teams getting some different people into the game here to get some experience and feel what it's like at a varsity level to get pads popping a little bit. So we're seeing some new numbers, going to hear some new names coming in here from this point out on both sides of the ball, as you should.
3rd and 4 from the 21, 2:35 remaining in the ball game. Hand off to Messamaker, running forward, tackled around the sticks. And if the official on the far side is any indication, he is just short of the first down. 4th and about half a yard for Centerville. Big Reds look to go for it as they bring in some extra beef. A tight end runs in. Centerville lets this clock run down. We're inside 2 minutes now remaining in the ball game. They have a 38-14 lead. Wardlow gets a handoff. Messamaker brought down in the backfield. Combining on the stop was McCall and also Riley Heller. And those are two names we call all the time.
Two names we have called a lot tonight, and they took advantage of a younger offensive front there, which they've been taking advantage all night. So nothing against Centerville's line on that play. Those two guys have been making plays all night, calling their name a lot, Riley Heller and McCall.
Centerville turns it over on downs. Davis County ball with 1:50 remaining, down 38-14, and Centerville does call a timeout. So as this week wraps up, we look forward to next week. We'll hit the road for the first time. We'll be in Keosauqua. Davis County playing Van Buren. Davis County did beat Van Buren 42-0 in one of their more explosive games last season. Don't quite know what Van Buren has in store this year, but seeing what we've seen today, I just looking forward. That seems like a winnable game for Davis County next week.
That's one that you know early in the season, before you even get to the games, you kind of circle as let's build to that game and let's that be our springboard to some wins in the season. And again, this wasn't the game plan that you had drawn up for tonight. You kind of discovered that game plan in the late first quarter, early second quarter. You kind of had to invent that game plan as you went. Again, Centerville was able to make some adjustments and kind of stop that momentum. But now we have a full week to build around that script and that game plan that I think was discovered here tonight, which was kind of probably the game plan in Ken Anderson's head, Coach Anderson's head during camp.
Sure.
Was what we saw tonight, glimpses of. So some positive things to take away.
Carson Mader back out with Davis County with the first and 10 from the 17. Handoff is to Clayton Smith. Breaks a tackle at the 25, at the 30, running into the open field at the 40, at the 45, and down at the 49-yard line. Yeah, nice run by Clayton Smith.
I think if his own guy hadn't gotten in the way there and the official kind of got in the way there, I think he may have been able to take that one because he was determined to not go down, and he kind of just hit a couple road bumps that shouldn't have been there, his own player and the official.
A 34-yard run by Clayton Smith. And a first and 10 for Davis County at the 49. Mader hands it off again to Smith. He has good yards again at the 35, the 30, running to the near hash, spinning down at the 21-yard line. This time the game, a 27 for Clayton Smith. How about that?
Yeah, he's a determined young man, a junior. So that, he's got some experience on him and running with some determination.
First and 10 from the 21, and a timeout called by Centerville. Centerville, actually the head coach of Centerville, Mac Kovakovic, did not like what he was seeing from his defense, so he calls timeout, probably wants to chew a little bit.
Definitely wants to make sure they know that keeping them out of the end zone is his number one priority.
Yeah.
And he may have had some other words sprinkled in there to make that message pretty clear. But, yeah, we're chewing up big yards against some probably pretty inexperienced young players from the Reds. So he's wanting to make sure that he knows and they know what his expectations are at the varsity level.
Runs of 34 and 27 for Clayton Smith on this drive.
Some pretty good stats there that you're proud of.
Yeah, that's the way to stack up your stats.
Absolutely.
Just don't give up. Keep those lanes churning and
keep the ball
rack
off the
up those
ground.
Yards. Yeah. Glosser and Collier are the wide receivers to the right. Zittler is split out wide to the left. Zittler had a 61-yard touchdown catch to open the scoring in this ball game. First and 10 from the 21 of Centerville. Mader lofts it to the right side of the end zone. It's incomplete. Contact on the play, and there are flags down. It was double coverage. Glosser was the wide receiver that had the best shot at it.
Penalty flag on the play.
And
Pass interference against Centerville.
pass interference is the call against the Big Reds. Caden Sales was back there in coverage. Penalty is walked off. and just short of the 10-yard line. So first and 10, they can get a first down if they get the ball to about the half-yard line. So we'll call it first and 10 from the 11. Davis County looking for one last score before the end of the ball game. Mater claps his hands, takes the chest-high snap, puts it in the belly of Smith, shakes a tackle at the 5, looking for the end zone, touchdown, Mustangs! Clayton Smith, how fitting, he got the ball down there, you might as well give it to him and let him run it in. A good series there by Smith, and Davis County scores for the first time here in the second half.
Yeah, and nice stats for him, something to be very proud of. I don't know what that's going to average out to be per carry, but he was limited there because the ball was only on the 10.5-yard line. But nice running, just, again, determination to not go down and got the ball in the end zone. So good nose for the football by junior Clayton Smith.
Caden Hill running on late to get the extra point. So thanks to all that running, Clayton Smith is now up to 96 yards in the ball game.
And how many carries?
Just 6.
Sorry. Yeah, so a great average. And
Caden Hill boots through the extra point. 1:12 is left in the ball game. Davis County scores one more time before the end of this ball game. 38-21 is our score. We'll take one final break and be back to wrap up this game on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom application. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching Mustang football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Caden Hill kicks this one away, deep kick, and that goes out of bounds. Flag is down, and that will be a legal procedure, kick out of bounds. First and 10 for Centerville at the 35. So Clayton Smith racking up yardage there on that drive. Runs of 34, 27, and 11. And Davis County will drop to 0-2 on the season. The pennant will stay in Centerville for another year, but I'm already looking forward to next year, Brad.
Yeah, and again, we'll talk here in the post game. We again have discovered some things for our listeners that are maybe just tuning in. We discovered some things that I think again were kind of the plan coming into the season that you can build on now and have a full week to plan for.
Sawyer Wardlow will wrap up. Will continue his mop-up duties at quarterback, and he takes a knee at the 31-yard line and make that the 30. And clock runs. No, neither team is making an effort to stop the clock. So 38-21 will be our final score. Maybe one more snap, perhaps two, will end this ball game. And really, McCain Oden was the headliner for Centerville. 4 touchdown runs for the senior. Was able to help Centerville prevail. And after one last kneel down, this game has come to an end. Final score from here in Davis County, Centerville 38, Davis County 21. Centerville now has won 5 straight in this series. And the pennant, which is being hoisted now on the Centerville sideline, stays with the Centerville Big Reds as they will drive back to Centerville to celebrate. We'll take our final break. We'll take a break and come back to start the Pulaski Lumber postgame show. We have a lot to talk about as we saw some good things from the Mustangs, but they do fall 38-21. You've been watching Davis County football on the Ottumwa Radio Sports Network.
Whatever your vehicle needs, Rob and the staff at Davis County Tire and Davis County Truck and Alignment in Bloomfield can handle it. Need tires? They sell almost any brand and have the most competitive prices. Davis County Tire also has RV, wheelbarrow, ATV, and farm tires. If it's round, black, and rolls, they've got you covered. Stop and see Rob and Jody and the team today at Davis County Tire, behind Shopko in Bloomfield. Nothing says summer like hitting the open road. Get your vehicle summer driving ready. Cruising to work with the windows open and the convertible top down, going to the local fairs, or taking your much-needed holiday on the open road. Ray's Rapid Lube and Car Wash can get your car summer driving ready. Oil changes to the touchless car wash. Quick car wash to the super car wash. Ray fits in your budget so you can put more in your tank. Ray's Rapid Lube, 301 North Madison in Ottumwa.
Whether you are a player, cheerleader, or coach, your friends at Petrita Orthodontics are cheering for you. We are proud of the students in our area and are happy to support them in their school activities. We want to see you smile on and off the field. If you or your child are in need of orthodontic care, call us for a free, no-obligation appointment. We have many different options available to help your child's bite and smile. Call us today at Petrita Orthodontics in Ottumwa and Oskaloosa. We look forward to making you smile.
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs!
Go Mustangs! Go Mustangs!
The Davis County Mustangs would like to thank the community for their continued support.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
Fly higher. Go further. Do more. Pursue your passion with Polaris, the world leader in off-road. Live wide open in a high-performance RZR. Chase adventure on a legendary Sportsman. Or get more done with a hard-working Ranger. Enjoy savings up to $3,500 during the Polaris Factory Authorized Clearance.
Slayton Polaris, 8 miles south and west of Pulaski.
Hi, this is Chris Ledke, owner of Pulaski Lumber. I would like to personally invite you to see our updated inventory. We have a nice selection of tools, plumbing, flooring, tile, accessories, and as always, we can order in anything you might need. Josh is also available to offer you professional 3D drawings to design your new home, deck, or addition. We don't charge huge architect fees, but are confident you will be happy with our work. We look forward to meeting you at Pulaski Lumber, your start-to-finish lumberyard.
The busy farming season is here, and Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield is the best place to go for all your seed and fertilizer needs. They're focused on one thing and one thing only, providing their customers with the best products and services to grow the best crops possible. Farmers, call them today for liquid and dry fertilizers, starters, small seed, and corn and soybean seed. They also offer crop protection chemicals and custom applications. See why other area farmers are turning to Bob Lawson and the staff at Nutrient Ag Solutions in Bloomfield, where results in your field are always their first concern.
Hi, this is Kendall with Citizens Mutual. It's a busy time of the year, so we want you to save as much time as possible. Whether you need internet, TV, or phone service, we can handle all of them for you. We also have a great selection of TVs ranging from 32 to 65 inch, as well as appliances. Stop in today, and remember, Citizens Mutual is owned and operated by its customers. So when you walk in the door, we don't just treat you like a customer, we treat you like you're the boss, because you are. We're looking forward to seeing you at Citizens Mutual, just off the square in Bloomfield.
You're watching Mustang football on the Tumblr Radio Sports Network.
This is the Pulaski Lumber postgame show. Stop in and see Chris Lucky and the team today. Your start-to-finish lumberyard. All over from here in Centerville, and the Big Reds have secured the pennant, and they're headed back to Centerville after beating Davis County by the final score of 38-21. Ellis Kojo joined by Brad McCloskey as we wrap things up, and it was a 20-14 game at halftime. Looked like Davis County had momentum going in there. They turned an interception into a touchdown. Carson Mader made some nice plays, including that 18-yard touchdown pass to Riley Heller. What exactly do you think happened in the second half that allowed Centerville to turn the tables and grab the momentum back and really just take control of this game?
Yeah, obviously they weren't expecting the play that they saw out of Carson Mader because Caden Hill was the starting quarterback, and that's who they anticipated, I'm sure, when they schemed against them. So when Carson came in, they obviously the Mustangs had to adjust, and they built some confidence in Carson by making some short, quick passes. Yeah, that took us to halftime. We took the momentum, and at halftime, obviously, they made some adjustments on their secondary, probably to tighten things up a little bit, to take away some of those short, quick passes and put some pressure on Carson in the back, so he wasn't as comfortable making some of those plays. So a good job of adjustments by both teams, but unfortunately, we had too big a hole to climb out of.
Davis County took the lead in the very first series with a 61-yard pass from Caden Hill to Carson Zidler. Hill had to come out of the game. Well, not come out of the game, but he didn't play quarterback anymore after taking a nasty hit in the second quarter. Carson Mader came in, and he had a rough debut with 4 interceptions last week. Threw 3 today, had a touchdown, but he's still learning how to play the position.
Yeah, and you saw some confidence built out of him.
Yeah.
You saw good coaching out of Coach Anderson, who's calling the offense, to build that confidence. Short, quick passes, getting the ball out of his hands, build confidence. We saw a nice, presence in the pocket, especially when we started taking the momentum from him. Zitler, I believe, went down early too. He got injured and kind of got knocked out of the game. So again, the script that you'd planned for all week out of the Mustangs gets flipped in a hurry when you have those kinds of injuries, and then you have to kind of design it and build it as you go. Not as easy when you don't have a week to do it.
You said during the game that Davis County now has their script, and that this is what they were looking for last week, and now they have their script. What you kept on alluding to that. What is their script now, you think?
I think it is Carson at quarterback.
Okay.
I do believe that's he's got a good presence in the pocket. He's just got to get some game experience at game speed, which he's starting to build now.
Sure.
And now that you have a picture of what that can look like, as coaches, you can kind of build around that. And you've seen him do it now, so you can shore up protection a little bit. Every week you're going to get a little bit better. You're going to have some film to talk to your guys about when you have a breakdown in protection for him in the pocket. You can bring him back in and give him some blocking ability. But for us, it really seems like that we have to establish the pass to establish the run with our line play.
Yeah. So Davis County got outscored 11-0 in the third quarter, which turned a 20-14 deficit into a 31-14 deficit, and just turnovers really killed them again. 4 turnovers against Davis County versus just 1 for Centerville, and that, just like last week, that was really the difference in the game.
And with the young team, who again mid-game tonight, you're trying to kind of invent your. I keep using the word script, your game plan.
Sure.
It's really hard to do to come back from long, third and long situations, and it's definitely hard to come back from turnovers.
So Davis County did manage to get a final touchdown there at the very end. Clayton Smith with runs of 34, 27, and 11 managed to run it in to make our final score 38-21. Really the headliner, McCade Oden, 25 carries, 22 carries, 147 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's a force to be reckoned with. And what I like about what they did, and was kind of surprised a couple times, as our listeners may have heard, was when they went away from that in situations where really they didn't need to. You know, they started throwing the ball maybe, and you want to try some things. You want to get guys opportunities to make plays. But in situations where you're trying to, scrap together a win and scrape it together when things were kind of starting to turn against him, anyway, he's a powerful force back there. And when he was not as effective, then they brought in their quarterback, Kessner, and he was able to make some big plays as well.
That's a very good point. It was a potent 1-2 punch.
It is.
Odin, as we said, 22 carries, 147 yards, 4 touchdowns. Quentin Kessner, the quarterback, 25 carries, 137 yards, and a touchdown. So just, whether it was Odin or Kessner carrying it, they really put a hurt to the Mustangs today.
They did, and when they have to, they're going to have to work on some of those pass plays when the run's not going as well, because their offensive line play is not stellar. It was better than ours at times tonight, but they have some weaknesses there too that they're going to have to clean up as they go down the road and play some teams that will expose that. So they're going to have to throw the ball. And they're going to have to hit some of those longer passes as opposed to, the screenplay is nice, but now teams see that. And they can game plan against that.
Well, they've now tape of them is out on the tunnel screen. That's really their basic screen. They have 2 basic pass plays. They have the tunnel screen from the wide receiver come to the far side, and also the middle screen to the running back Odin. Those are really their 2 basic pass plays.
Yep. So they're going to again, every game you get a little bit better, and they have a good experienced coaching staff with a lot of experienced players, guys that are hungry from last year, as you pointed out early. But they got some things they're going to work on, and they're going to have to work on if they want to be a playoff contender.
So we talked about the improvement that teams typically make from week 1 to week 2. What did you see out of Davis County, and how did they improve from week 1 to week 2? Because I feel I saw an improvement today.
Definitely, and right out of the gates we saw an improvement. We saw some nice runs. We established a couple of really nice run plays that got them a little bit nosy, and right away, the third play of the game, we saw a big passing play.
Sure.
So we didn't even see much ability to run the ball last week at all with the offensive line play. So the coaching staff did a nice job with the line early out of the gates there, and we were able to put one on the board early, something we really struggled to do last week. So, again, some positive things to take from, a game plan that you can kind of build on, game film to watch with these young guys, and something to look forward to next week at Van Buren.
So our final score from here in Centerville is Centerville 38, Davis County 21. The Neebs Graphics player of the game is brought to you by Neebs Graphics. See Kylie Stewart and the Neebs girls get your business noticed with T-shirts, banners, signs, and much more. I guess we'll just openly debate about this. Plenty of candidates. You have Clayton Smith, who had 96 yards. A lot of that happened in the fourth quarter against the backups, but they're out there. He ran against them, and he did get a touchdown as well. Carson Zittler, the 61-yard touchdown catch to open the scoring, really was a lift for them. Riley Heller had a touchdown pass as well as a sack and a lot of great plays on the defensive end. A lot of people to choose from. Who are you leaning towards?
He was definitely all over the place. Caden Hill threw the touchdown pass right out of the game.
Sure.
He showed a lot of guts to stay in the game, made some big plays on defense as well. He was all over the place. But I was kind of leaning towards Riley Heller because, again, on the defensive side of the ball, a lot of times those defensive linemen go overlooked because they're not getting those big, flashy plays. But he was the one that caught a touchdown pass when we finally kind of gained momentum back from Carson Mader.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Riley Heller.
I agree with Riley Heller. That's kind of who I was leaning towards as well. He had a sack, made some good plays on the defensive end, and had the touchdown catch as well. Riley Heller, congratulations. He is our Neebs Graphics player of the game. That was a good conversation. I like the way we kind of collaborated on that.
And he just has a motor that will not quit.
Yes.
Very deserving of that recognition.
Most definitely. Well, so that's going to do it from here in Bloomfield. Once again, our final score, Centerville 38, Davis County 21. And we would like to thank you for making us a part of your Friday evening. If you missed any of the game, don't worry. We got you covered. Every Mustang game this season will be archived out on AtomaRadioSports.com. You can also go to our YouTube page, and it'll be under videos. Go to Atoma Radio at our YouTube page, and you can see the replay of this game there as well. Be sure to join us next week as the Mustangs hit the road for the first time in the new season. Week 3, the Davis County Mustangs will look to take down the Van Buren Warriors in Keosauqua. Coverage starts with the Citizens Mutual pregame show at 6:30 with a kickoff slated for 7. We look forward to having you join us then. For our producer, Corey Finch, and my partner, Brad McCloskey, this is Els Kojo saying so long from Bloomfield. The preceding was a presentation of Davis County football on the Atoma Radio Sports Network.